Good morning, fam. Good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back to the stream. 12th of September 2023. Heading into Q4 almost. We're getting there. Hope you guys are doing well here. Just a quickly reminder, I'm in an Australian dollar US dollar short. Just entered. Literally just entered. I'm going to lead you through this whole trade. Why I'm entering here. Why I have my stop loss a little bit wider as well. So you understand where it is coming from. Okay. I'll lead you pretty much will lead you to this whole trade. We talked about this trade yesterday on stream. We looked at it for like what, an hour and a half. Talked about this one right here. The moment if it will break this low and the dollar will break this high, we're gonna look for entries right here. Dollar has broken that high, Australian dollar has broken that low. All right, looking forward to start the stream soon. Hope you guys are all doing well here. Looking forward to talk about gold as well. Need to show you something. It is happening. It's happening. All right, hope you guys are doing well here. Looking forward to host another session today. What? 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours. I do not care. Let's make some money. Let's have some fun and let's turn each other into better traders over time. That's what we're doing here on stream. Make sure you smash up that like button right now. With 117 likes, let's get these likes up here for everyone watching and coming at perfect timing. You're welcome to the stream. Amazing to have you here right now. As always, looking forward to host you once again. Looking forward to be here. Let's talk about our trade in a second here. Let's first go over the people that arrived. Let's say hello. Let's see what we have here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. We have Jorn. My man Jorn in the building. Rohit, yes sir, what's happening, brother? My man. Dr. Finbar, what's happening? DS, what about the discount code from the net? Yeah, we talked to them, I messaged them, I'm waiting for a response here in a second. We're gonna talk about it in a second as well here. Should be fixed soon. Spite from Nabissa live in 3 weeks now. Isaac says already made 1% this morning thanks to the V3. Love it. Our V3 is our private community. Congratulations. Yes, Thomas crushed it as well. Very happy to see that. No surprise, no surprise. Gabriel, Nazrulo, Crixus, Adrian, Ravi. Or Ravi. I would say Ravi. It's Ravi, I don't know what it is. I say Ravi. Alright. Crixus. Shorted since yesterday, Australian dollar. Yes, sir. Okay, looking forward to go over it. Let's go over the charts here, because we're in a trade already. We talked about this trade on yesterday's stream. We wanted to see this happening here right now. I have my stop loss super wide, and I'll explain exactly why that is in a second here. In order to explain this one, we need to go back to gold. Okay, we need to go back to gold. So one more time before we continue, I have to go and watch this video one more time. You know, we have to skip everything here. Let's watch this one more time for 1 minute and then we go over the gold chart and then you understand why I want to show this for the Australian dollar against the US dollar. Very, very important here. So let's watch this one real quick and yeah, let's see what we have here. So this was a video again for the people that didn't watch yesterday or tuned in. We recorded this one on a Sunday. Now it's Tuesday. And before the market opened, we did a quick analysis for gold macro to micro. So far, it's looking good here. So let's go over it real quick. You create a little construction where you actually, you know, break out. You retest, of course, this high that created that low. You get rejected. You create weakness on that high here, or you maybe even take it out. Again, you know, looking for the manipulation, you take it out and you start looking weaker. And then from there on, you start really breaking down. And that's the moment where you start coming down quite aggressively towards the downside here. So I would love to see, you know, price actually, you know, coming up here during the beginning of the week, you know, the Monday, the Tuesday, to then see that rejection or even that manipulation where we take it out here, to then potentially, you know, come down and start taking out all that liquidity to then, you know, potentially move further towards, you know, lower levels here, back towards that, you know, that range right here, retesting these lows here, that construction that we have actually never been retested before. So real quick, one more time, and you start. We wanted to come up, take out the highs, manipulate, start showing weakness. And then from there on, you start really breaking down, going for that sell side liquidity was left over below. Coming down quite aggressively towards the downside here. So I would love to see. Now let's go over gold. Let's put on the music again. And look what we have for gold here. Okay. We broke out. We opened bullish. We manipulated the highs. We started to show weakness. We broke the structure here. We started to come down. And there we go. We finally took out these previous lows here. Okay. That's gold. That's what we're looking for. That's the manipulation we're seeing happening over and over and over again. These are specific patterns in the market that I'm looking for. My favorite setups in the market right there. High win rate, high scenario, especially when the structure itself is starting to play out. And you don't have to rush into trades either. You can wait for the manipulation to happen. You can wait for a lower low. You wait for the weakness. You wait for the dollar to look stronger. And that's the moment you take a position to the downside, come back down and go for gold here. Okay, very important. That's what we're seeing right now. So what's happening with the Australian dollar? Very, very similar behavior. Okay, very similar behavior. You have this liquidity that's left over right here. You shoot up. This area of consolidation created already a lower low. You're pushing up right now. You're tapping into that range. You got rejected out of that range. You start showing weakness right now. And you start coming down with all of that sell side liquidity left below, which is an amazing target to look for. Okay, so that's the main reason for this particular trade. Why do I think this could happen? Well, the dollar opened up with a gap here. All right, we took out the highs. We reclaimed the highs right here as mentioned in the chart yesterday, in the meta charts for everyone. We wanted to reclaim that high. That high was reclaimed. Therefore, that was the moment for me to enter that position right here for the Australian dollar against the US dollar. The reason why my stop loss so wide is first of all, because my risk reward is still positive, is still what I'm looking for overall. At the same time, I'm trying to avoid crazy manipulation as well. The market conditions are crazy still, overall pretty choppy, very uncertain during the month of September so far, the first week. So what I'm doing, I'll just place my stop loss above this structure here with the right risk parameters, of course, to then just, you know, accept a little bit less risk to reward in order to set my position safer, where I believe that the chance is higher, much higher, that we come down here than that we come up there. Okay, that's the main reason for my my stop loss in that manner right there. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. So I'm gonna hold this one. And I'm gonna just let it run and see where it goes, okay? If we go a little bit of drawdown, I do not really mind. I want to see eventually this sell side liquidity getting taken out. So that's what I was looking for, but that's the manipulation of the market, guys. This is happening over and over again. This is how we took that massive GJ trade as well. It's where you build up that liquidity, but you don't take it out. And then you shoot up to manipulate the highs. Everyone thinks, okay, we're now bullish. We're gonna go up. But keep in mind, whenever that liquidity is not taken out, there is at some point potentially a reason for it to come down. And that's why I see with the Australian dollar right now the same thing happening here. But you never know when. The timing is difficult. And it stays difficult, especially when there is not that much volume in the market, when the market conditions are very choppy. So for that particular reason, I rather secure myself a little bit more, set my stop loss a little bit bigger. Don't be too greedy. Yet still go for these lows right here. Okay. Hope that makes sense. We're going to see where it will take us during the stream. Whatever, we're going to just find out here. We do have the CPI coming out tomorrow, of course. So be aware of the fact that if today is going to be, if we're not going to see that much volume, it might be because of the CPI, right? We're just going to go in some sort of consolidation this week to potentially see if that, will make a difference. But I do believe personally that there is a chance that we could be more on the consolidating side today than actual making big moves, but you never ever really know. All right, so let's see. We're gonna find out. All right, hope that makes sense. Let me know in the chat if it makes sense for you guys as well, especially with gold. We're gonna go over this a lot here in our Discord, talking about these type of structures and why it's so important to look for these setups. It's not only, by the way, bearish, it's also for bullish sentiment as well, depending on how the market is orchestrated. But of course, it also had to do with the macro levels of gold here as well. I think that's very important. Okay, Lorenzo, what's the reason for the sudden drop? Well, the dollar became stronger. The dollar claimed back territory. It took out the internal highs. It reclaimed the highs that was needed. And now we're kind of potentially pushing up back towards that gap, that opening gap, where also, of course, is the Sunday open. The Sunday open is where we opened and we immediately came down, like we said. And when you take this to the daily, then we still have that candle right here without a top wick. So I want to see that candle without the top wick potentially getting taken out here. Okay, so that's the reason here. Yeah, let's see where this takes us here. This is going to be a trade that we're going to hold here. If it takes 1 or 2 days, whatever, we're just going to hold it. We're just going to hold it and see where that brings us here. For gold right now, we're pushing further down here. And now we need to start thinking, okay, what's the next logical step for gold to potentially see a bounce from? I do think that at this particular moment, you know, we're going to take out these lows here. We are coming back towards these structures, but overall, this is the range that I'm interested in right here, right there, okay, which is this area of consolidation. Why is this range so important? Well, you could say that this is the last series range that we created before we made that move, you know, to the upside here. However, there is one more level that I'm looking for in the beginning, in between, and that is, of course, this low, where we eventually came up. Yeah, we're now looking for to take this out here. We have a couple of interesting levels to look at. One of them is the 1914, which we are actually right now, which is this area of the month, which I'm going to explain in a second here. Why is this an important level? And then, of course, we have these particular lows at the 1910. Yeah, so we're going to see what will happen when we tap into these levels right here, and just see if we can see some sort of reaction from it. But overall, we're going to wait for support to hit now, and see practically see from there for gold. I think that's the most important one. That move was an expected move here, so now it's just time to wait and see what you know, the next move for gold can be. But the only way to find out is when, you know, we balance out here, create either a small pullback or we break support. So it's either one of these three, you know, reactions here that will help us out determining what gold can do here. Okay, is there a direct trade right now? No, there is not a direct trade right now. Why? Because you're in the middle of taking out this liquidity here, which we talked about already for 2 days. So now you have to wait for a new range to be, you know, to be formed, either up or down, to then break up or to then break down. It's either one of those reactions I'm looking for, usually for gold right here. Okay, so yeah, understand the CPI is coming out tomorrow, and will tend, you know, to gold tends to consolidate for a day for the CPI as well after a move like that. So that's just the reality, especially right now. It's before the Sunday open, or before, sorry, the New York open. So yeah, let's just see how we tap into this area, and if you can see a reaction from it. Okay, so one more time, let's look for a bounce, some sort of consolidation somewhere, and then wait for a move either up or either down, and we place our positions from there. I think that's the best way to do here. Overall, the last area we could short from, in my opinion, was I think this was a nice range right here, because the liquidity was not taken out yet, and you saw that retest of that range right there. Okay, but this was already back during the you could say London session, somewhat in that manner right there. Okay, so makes sense. All right, let's wait for a reaction here for gold, see how we develop right there and how it goes, fam. All right, very curious to see how this will turn out right here. Okay, also guys, we are going as a, you know, we're in a crazy momentum right now. Let's make sure we as a team stick together here. We're reaching or coming close to the 15,000 members in our Discord. We also are very proud of the people that followed the Limitless 33 protocol, which is, of course, you know, eating healthy for 33 days, personal development, 1 workout a day, and you know, the results are starting to come in, which is amazing to see here. So a big shout out to all the people that joined us on the momentum here. I have been doing a lot of boxing lately as well. Cardio is getting better. My power is getting back. Like, everything is coming back right now again. So I feel great. I think that's the best way to approach the market, is making sure you feel great as an individual as well. So that's what we're doing here. We're not just a trading community. We're also, you know, making sure that we are backing each other up here in a lot of other ways than just trading. So that's also a beautiful thing to hear. Back to the charts, I guess, and just let's see how it goes here. All right. Is the price action clear today? For me, it's choppy. It's a little bit choppy, yeah. It's a bit choppy, but this whole week, the whole last 2 or 3 weeks are choppy. So 2 weeks especially. September has been choppy so far. But yeah, we have to deal with how the market is offering us here. There are some clear things to look out for though. All right. Patience is going to be the most important part during choppy conditions, and very tight stop losses sometimes are also, tricky sometimes during New York, unless you have settled it already, and then it's also good. All right, Asia has been moving a lot, but during Asia I'm usually sleeping, or I just woke up. And I'm not really a morning person, to be honest. So, when I wake up, I'm not really interested in the charts. I tend to focus more on myself. Take some time off before actually going into the markets during London, right? During London, I'm much more awake and focused to look at the markets and ready to go. So yeah, that's it. Leslie says, Lorenzo, we appreciate you all the way from South Africa. Why did gold drop so much after almost an hour ago? The dollar should shut up. Finally shoot up. Back to that opening gap here. The Sunday open. Okay. So, yeah, keep a close eye on the dollar. The dollar is going to help you tremendously. All right. With your gold bias. If you get to understand what the dollar can potentially do here, then gold, you will see your analysis for gold getting better, increasing, your win rate going up, your strike rate going up, you name it. When you understand what the dollar is going to do. Okay. And that opening gap is what we're looking for. So interesting. Looking forward to see it pumping. And also let's see if the Australian dollar can come down and with a little bit more volume as well. Would be nice. Lorenzo, what was the thing with Funded Next? You were waiting for a response? Yeah. So I messaged them about the discount code. And waiting for a response from them. Yeah. So what I'm going to do here, okay? I'm going to make sure that on a Sunday, for some pairs, I'm going to do an analysis if I see very nice structure. And I'm not just talking about the simple horizontal support or the supply and demand breakout structure. No, about a full-on, kind of, how can I explain it? Manipulation, setup, whatever the case may be, right? Where they manipulate and then come down or whatever the case may be. These type of videos for you guys on a Sunday. Hopefully, only if there are actually setups there that I found extremely interesting, of course. Alright, so if that's the case, then I'm gonna make Loom videos. You can find them on Discord. You have to join our Discord, of course. Be there, man the charts will be dropped in there, or the weekly analysis, one of these right here, if I have multiple pairs to look at. Making sure that you are always updated for that matter. Okay? Trust the analysis here, alright? I have to say my analysis overall are usually quite on the accurate side here. The timing of the market and the trading itself, this has always to do with the overall market sentiment, the volume in the market, and so on and so on. So, you never truly really know when a trade is going to play out. So, you just have to understand the sentiment a little bit. For that particular reason, I put my stop loss a little bit wider because we are quite in the choppy market conditions. But I do believe with the right risk to reward, it's still worth it to place these type of trades here. There we go, there we go, there we go. DSSGU daily buys. We'll have a look at it in a second here. There we go. Yeah, so for gold, simple. We have to wait a little bit more. Okay, we have no idea where we can bounce from right now. You don't want to catch a falling knife. Okay, and you also don't want to like go long or go short when you already came down with a massive expansion here. You just want to wait for either some sort of pullback, some sort of bounce, or a break of a new strong horizontal support or area of the month. Okay, so in this case, be patient here with gold for now, because yeah, you're too late for this initial move right here if you're looking to trade it now. So in my opinion, I think it's better to wait for, you know, some sort of area, you know, of consolidation before a next potential move here for gold. So that's why I think it's important to wait a little bit longer for gold here, rather than trying to catch the bottom or whatever the case may be. If you're thinking about buying gold here, or selling gold from here as well. So yeah, be a little bit patient for gold in my opinion. That's why we're looking at this trading dollar right now. And yeah, let's see if this will help us. I think the dollar and gold correlation can be tricky though. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Sometimes it's super clean. So you also have to confirm this for yourself. And yeah, nothing is black and white in the market. That's what I realized. So you always have to, you know, double confirm the correlation before you do your analysis, and then move along and then move forward. And I think that will help you tremendously. It's actually something I truly learned over time, is understanding that the market is just not black and white. It's just not always the case that this will happen or that will happen. You know, the moment you let go of that and you double confirm, you will you start seeing these correlations better. How is it living on an island? It's great. It's great. I mean, I do miss the city sometimes. I gotta be honest with you. I do miss the city sometimes. You know, the city life, the fast life, I could better say. Not the easy life. But at the same time, you know, it's nice to work here, stream here, and just be here for now, building the community and everything that we're doing. What is the difference between SMC and market structure? Well, market structure is a big part of SMC, right? I think that market structure is actually one of the most important elements of SMC in general, in order to trade it properly. So there is not really a difference. It's part of SMC, but market structure is much more than SMC. Market structure is the true framework of your trading. Mr. Australian Dollar Sell, did you post it in the group? Yes, we posted it in the group. We traded it yesterday on stream as well. We talked about it on stream for an hour. All right, we're already almost closer to the... It's crazy. 41k. I think yesterday we were at like, what, 40.4. 40.4 yesterday. We're almost at 41 now. So let's keep it up, fam. Let's start the 41 today. And make sure you smash that like button for us here. We have 960 people watching. We are in a trade already. We have 234 likes here. We deserve more likes, fam. Come on. We're every single day. Wait, not every single day. 4 days a week. 4 days a week. Gold broke the zone. Okay. Yeah, gold is tanking very quickly now after that manipulation here. So that's why we're not here trying to catch a falling knife, all right? Be careful with that. A couple of zones here. We have that level below here. In the end, these are all sub-levels to look at, okay? From just... Okay, let's talk about the structure itself right now. Okay? Let's talk about the structure itself. I think gold, yes. Okay, interesting. We took out the highs here. We manipulated this right now, right? We came up right here. We manipulate the lows perfectly. Came up, manipulate the lows. Boom. Took out the lows. Now we're back at this low here. This was a nice quick move before a turnaround. So this is an important low to look at. This is definitely a substructure that I'm interested in. But overall, the most important structure you're going to find right below. Okay? This is the structure we are very interested in to look for trades. Because this is where you are at certain lows. You are at a swing point right here. Very important. This swing low right there. This swing low created this swing high right here. So you are back in that initial range right here. There's a lot of information in that range. So the lower we get, the more interested I'm going to become once again here. So this was a great trade. Taking it down, shorting it. This was going to retest potential. Short. Now you're in the middle of nowhere until you have to see and wait for some sort of reaction or pullback or bounce. That's it. Okay. So unless we don't see that on these sub structures right here, we have to wait for price to come back to that bigger range, which has a lot of information. And from there, we will find an amazing new setup with a high probability when coming back towards that structure. So yeah, for me personally, be patient here for gold. That's all I can say. Be patient. Wait for it to occur here. Yeah, you can start looking at some areas here of the month that are interesting maybe to look at. But, you know, in the end, it does not really matter where we actually bounce from as long as we bounce from somewhere, right? That's the moment. And if we don't bounce, then it's just a matter of waiting for it to come back to that structure. That's it. So pretty straightforward. Just wait for a reaction right now for gold. In my opinion, I'll wait for some sort of accumulation, consolidation, followed by a new expansion to the upper downside, wherever that's going to be. And that could be happening today. You know, that consolidation. We might see some volume coming in, you know, during the New York Open. Maybe later a little bit during the New York Stock Exchange Open. But for the rest, I think that we lead more into consolidation territory today for the CPI tomorrow. Before we make another crazy move right here. Something like that. Something that matters, yeah. I think that's something to look at. There we go. Didn't catch AU, but I caught EU, so I'm good. All right. Hey, Lorenzo, will you be online 5 days a week? No, 4 days a week here. I thought that tomorrow I couldn't stream for personal reasons. I had some things to do, you know, family things. However, it's all good. I can be there. I can be there tomorrow as well during the CPI. So it's going to be good. Hello, Lorenzo, Limitless Fam. How are you? Abhishek, my man. I'm good. How are you, brother? Good to see you, man. Welcome back, brother. Nia says, hi Lorenzo, I've been watching your YouTube for 6 months now and I feel left out not joining the Limitless group. But I promise you, today is the day I become a V3 member. Man, 15,000 members, bro. Join us, become part of our family. And yeah, look at the meta charts as well for some updates here and there. And of course, look at all the setups that the people are sharing in the community. We got some great traders in there. Guys that are posting every single day consistently for almost a year now. Which is nuts. So looking forward to host this here. I cannot not unfortunately open new videos again, because you know what happened last time. I had to delete the stream and stuff, restart the stream, you name it. But yeah, a lot of things are happening there. All right, just so you know. So looking forward to go over it here. Beautiful stream during the V3 today during London. Love it. The magician will come shortly. Did you make any video about this volume on your chart? Yes, I did make a video about it. You can find it on my channel. You can find it right here on my channel right there. The only indicator you need when trading gold and Forex, all right? That's the one. I talk about it a lot. Yeah, a lot. I talk about this video a lot here on the streams. So for the new people, it's a video with 8 trading examples. 8 trading examples. So not 1 or 2, 8 trading examples here that you can use. Yeah, I love it. My favorite setup. My favorite indicator for sure. Look at this. Look at this Australian dollar, Japanese yen right here. Okay, we tapped into this high. That high created that low. We consolidated, we expanded, we retraced, and we're seeing now a rejection here. Look at how we tapped into the value area low of that level, which is this gap right here. Range trading is what I love the most here, not particular trading in the range, trading out of a range. So trading off the retracement of a range. So you range, you expand, you retrace, and you trade it. Look at how accurate this is. It never surprises me anymore because I've seen this happening on a day-to-day basis. Like over and over and over again. Now, does it mean we're just going to come down right now? Well, what I'm waiting for is for this low to be broken and for this low to be broken. Okay. And after that rejection, I'm looking for more downside potential back towards the lows right here. Okay. Talking specifically about these lows right there. Looking for something like that. Equal lows that are potentially can be targeted right below after that rejection right here. For the Australian dollar against the yen here. We do not really trade this one on the stream. Usually it's only the dollar pairs that we're looking at or gold. But yeah, or GJ. But in this case, we are interested in this as well if we break down here and we start going for the lows after that rejection right there. So yeah, look at that video and you will understand how it works and why it's so powerful. Okay? I think it will help you tremendously. Should we buy gold right now? What do you think? I talked about it a couple times. All right, beautiful fam. We want to break the lows. We want to continue down here. If we come up here, that's why I have such a wide stop loss here. You might think I'm a little bit crazy here, having such a big stop loss. But I'm purposefully doing this because I want to, you know, really secure my risk. Make sure that I still risk, you know, a decent amount, around, you know, 0.7% of this account. But you know, it's still like what? If we target, it's still a $5,000 trade. I mean, if we do come up, then I have a little bit of room here. Okay, we have this whole range, we have the point of control, we have the value area low. You know, we have that stuff here to put us on hold here. So if that's the case, then I'm just taking it and accepting it. Okay, too choppy. I love choppy market just lately. Yeah, I definitely want to see these lows getting taken out. So for me, it's worth it to take a little bit of a bigger stop loss and to make sure that my risk to reward is still decent enough. Let's see what gold is doing here. So gold is now back in that level. 15 minute. We are coming into that gap, I believe. Yeah, okay. We tapped into this structure right there. It's right there. This candle right here. You see that? Very clean. We're kind of holding support here a little bit right now. Is that enough to go long? No. No. No, I'm definitely looking for more of a reclaim here. A much bigger pull up, followed by a retracement, followed by a continuation to the upside here. Not trying to catch a falling knife right now. You don't want to break even and look for re-entry? No. No, my risk is less than 1% still. I mean, I could look for re-entry again, but no. It's I just leave it open here and I'll put my stop loss as wide as possible here and I'll go for the lows. If there was not a clear target like this here, you know, and a clear structure where you expand, consolidate, build liquidity, come up to that range and come down, or potentially manipulate the highs and then come down, and there was not a clear target, then I would say maybe. But in this case, I'll take the drawdown if it's needed in order to complete my trade here. Please tell me about gold. You make sure you join the stream a little bit earlier, okay? Because we talked about gold for like 30 minutes. As long as the dollar has that gap right here, definitely interested in seeing this first now coming up. And, you know, pushing us further into that gap. Back to the Sunday open. Right, the Sunday open is right above that gap as well, so that's perfect. It's right here. If you could retest the Sunday open, it would be amazing, it would be perfect. You know, come up right here. Very important. So we opened bearish, right? The dollar opened bearish, we came down right away. The lowest point was, of course, midnight. It was not midnight, but it was 12 p.m. We created that low on stream. All right, after 12 p.m., we literally came back up right now until we are now back at the open here. It's going to be very important now for the next 2 hours what's going to happen with the dollar. But overall, we have that gap here. I definitely want to see that last expansion if you come back to the Sunday open. Yeah, from there, yeah, we can start re-evaluating the dollar again. And, you know, anticipate based upon our orders as well. But as long as we're there, there's not much I can look out for here at the moment. No volume as well at the moment here. So for gold, you know, yes, you found some support here, but this is just, I would not even call this support right now. I would just call this exhaustion for gold. Okay. We had a massive expansion to the downside. I call this an exhaustion right now. There's no need there's no proof that we're actually holding support here. So there is no need for me to look for longs now. And also not to look for shorts here when you see that we already came down this amount right here. I think it's better to wait for either some sort of expansion back up and come down, or just pull back, rejection, and a continuation to the downside. Which I'm actually more interested in than longs, but anyways, you can always trade up and to come down potentially. Looking for a short after. Are you a funded trader? No, not a funded trader. What do you think? Gold's going down more or holds level? Well, as long as the dollar has its gap, I would not be surprised if gold would tank a little bit more here. But hey, if the dollar cannot break through at the moment and we come down, we might see certain bounce. But yeah, I'd rather wait for that confirmation here instead of entering on just like, you know, weak support, trying to enter the market right now and trying to catch a trade. I would feel that I'm really chasing gold rather than waiting for the right setup in the market. Is it possible to retest the supply? Yeah, it's definitely possible here. Otherwise, I would not put my stop loss this wide as well. This could be a trade that we could hold here for like 1 or 2 days. That's for sure. All right. Gold definitely waiting to be patient here. Overall, great. Nothing surprising for now. Yeah, what we're gonna wait for simple is for you know, the market to show us a little bit more volume again. Okay, we have gold now holding up a little bit. Euro not looking that strong still on the lower time frames here. Okay, we're still in the downtrend overall. It's on the 1 minute, but we are coming down after building up the liquidity, coming down right now. No higher high created here. What could change the dynamic on the lower time frame? Taking out this high. Okay, always look at the last high that created the low or the last low that created the high. And if you break this after a bounce, then it is interesting to look for potential a potential bounce or something like that in regards to a trade, if it makes sense, of course. When looking at the dollar or looking at the correlated pair. But for now, there's no need to start looking for a gold long. In my opinion, look for a bounce here, because there is nothing truly giving you the intention to buy here. All right. Abdel Karim. Shout out to you, bro. We're waiting for some volume to kick in right now. Let the market open up here. Yes, sir. What else do we have? What else do we have here? We have Australian dollar, US dollar. Let it play out. Let's take a lot of time for this trade here. Don't rush it. We have, yeah, gold need to wait for sure. No doubt about that. The euro, US dollar. Yeah, okay. Euro, US dollar. I want to see a reaction of this zone here. Okay. If we come back down towards this low, I want to see, okay, what will happen around this particular low right here. This low or this low here. We still have that liquidity below as well. So yeah, I want to see the euro coming down here. If you see a particular, you know, retest, let's imagine you cannot break this high. Okay, you fail to break this high. Right here, you're trying to push and you fail to break it. And you start to look at weaker structures right there. Definitely looking for shorts right here. Coming back down towards this low. This is where the Sunday open is at. Right here. Alright, this is where we opened the market. Which is definitely an interesting level to look for. Coming back towards that zone. We have also equal lows there. So there are more particular interesting levels to look at. Right here, equal lows. So there are stop losses below here. A lot of potential liquidity below there, which I can go for as well. So if we come up and we fail to take out the highs here and we start showing more weakness internally, we might be able to look for a nice EURUSD continuation short from the pullback. Okay. From the pullback scenario right here. So if you come up right now, I'm interested in looking for that for the pullback scenario right there. See gold 1 minute, it's going up. Yeah, it's not enough for me to look for longs. Audi cannot close in 8 minutes. I would for sure wait a little bit also during the New York Open and stuff. You know, don't rush into trades right now until the New York Open is here. And then you can see what potentially the Open will do with the volume. When the volume kicks in, what kind of direction we're heading towards. So yeah, Euro, if we do come up here, wait for this high here. This is an interesting high to look at, all right? If you come up here, you get rejected here, you create weakness, we take a short back down towards the Sunday Open. The Sunday Open is an amazing target. And, you know, rather buying up here, sell here, than trying to now sell here for a small move towards this right here, right? It's literally triple our move if we sell from there. And it's also a better confirmation as well. So sometimes pullbacks are amazing on the lower time frame. Just wait for the pullback and then for the continuation here. How do you see liquidity? Can I explain it? Well, you see it already when these things are super clean, right? When you see that like a nice trend line, you have trend line liquidity that is getting built here. That's one layer. So yeah, just have simple trend line liquidity getting built up here where you know, you create higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, but you're not particularly taking out lows. So underneath this low here, you could say that they leave a lot of stuff behind here. And then when they do not come down, right, to then potentially come up, you're like, okay, why do you not take out the lows here before coming up? Why do you leave this and just come up straight away? And why are you then consolidating here in a bigger range already before that created that lower low right there? Okay, right there, very aggressively. You get rejected in that range and then you start potentially dropping a little bit to showing weakness. Why not coming down to then potentially taking out the lows here? I've seen this over and over again. The timing of it though is sometimes that's where you have to be patient, and you cannot rush it when looking in a trade, especially not during September. That's it. But yeah, you have trendline liquidity. That's number one. Number two, horizontal support resistance, building in a range. Stop losses are of course, sell stops are below, buy stops are above, buy stops and stop losses are above. Right here as well. You have buy limits here and sell stops here. Buy limits are here, stop losses are there. Sell limits are here, stop losses are there. So what tends to happen is that you come up, you take out these ones, you take out these, and then from there you start creating, for example, a W pattern, you break out, and then you look for a higher high scenario where you can look for longs. If it's the other way around, you can look for shorts right here. So what I tend to do a lot lately is to look for particular patterns in the market. And I'm not talking just simply about head and shoulders only, or about ascending triangle or whatever. No, I'm talking about which highs and lows are taken out, who got liquidated, where or what kind of traders are trapped into their positions, you know, and just trying to, from a psychological standpoint, see what actually happened in the market, rather than just this is a pattern like this is a pattern like that. You know, you want to understand what is happening. So I'm tending to look for these type of scenarios here. So that's consolidation and liquidity, and then you have liquidity like equal lows, equal highs. You know, what tend to happen is that we know that there are stop losses here built. We know that there's stop losses here built. So what tends to happen is you come up, for example, a lot to take it out, and then, you know, come down again. Happens a lot as well. Same as for the sell side liquidity here. So yeah, be patient, and we're gonna see right there. All right, a couple of different ways of spotting that liquidity in the market. Well, that's in essence what drives the whole market, right? Sometimes big institutions, they purposefully driving themselves into losses to accumulate more orders, or to setting up traps for them to eventually benefit in the long term. You know, it's like a chessboard. Some chess players think, you know, 24 steps ahead. You know, you have chess players like us, we think a couple of steps ahead, right? Then you have amateurs, they think one step ahead. They're thinking 20 steps ahead. Just view it this way. What we're trying to do is to get closer and closer towards these 20 steps. And that mindset helped me tremendously with my my entering and my overall positioning in the market as well. So for this one, we are in an Australian dollar US dollar short. We have a wide stop loss purposefully. Okay. Euro USD, lower time frame, what I'm relating for. Retracement, rejection. Gold. Yeah, gold needs to start consolidating and shows a little bit more momentum to the upside here. Okay. What is your experience with Fund Next? Very good so far. And also we got some payouts from people in our community as well. So Joy Banter, my man. Hope you're doing well, brother. How are you doing? Good to see you. I'm gonna head into the V3 live training channel shortly. Not the live training channel. We're gonna go towards the V3 training floor. There we go. Let's see what this guy's doing right here.
Anticipated the buy. That would have been a real
Nasdaq buy.
It's like on the 4 hour. If I took this, it's oversold and take the buy, I would have, yeah. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Buy and seize the opportunity.
V2 training floor, guys. I'm there. We'll probably share my screen shortly, in case we're gonna enter another position here. How much assets under management with platforms do you have? Currently, zero. Zero. You think the dollar index gap has to fill? Yeah, I do think it's super important to fill up the gap eventually. Yeah, come back to the Sunday open. Come back into this range. Well, we're gonna find out. We're gonna see. If that's the case, we're gonna see how gold will react. Euro US dollar will react. Euro has the best correlation with the dollar. We know that. Or I can better say negative correlation with the dollar, right? Or the best correlation with the dollar index. So we're waiting for a nice reaction here. This is definitely a high that I'm interested in to look at. Because this is the high that created this low. So if we come up and we get rejected here and we start looking for internal weaknesses and the dollar comes up again, holding demand, holding at support or whatever the case may be, we might have a new trade to the downside. When was the moment everything connected for you in trading? The moment for me was not a particular moment. I think it took a long time for me to generate a lot of small accomplishments, right? And epiphany moments where I was like, yes, I learned something small here. I learned something small there. And at some point I started to connect all these dots together. Step by step by step. So there was not a yes moment. It was just more of a process. Roman says, if I have 6k in my account and I want to sell AU, it's currently level 6418 with a stop loss 9459 pips, only want to 0.5%. Is a 0.3 lot size proper calculation. So if you want to just confirm that, go to Bpips, go to this website. Yeah, I think it's good, yes, but go to this. I think it's actually too much, by the way. But go to this website, 6,000. Right? You go to Australian dollar against US dollar. Just keep it simple for yourself here. You can use your formula as well, but if you want to just do it, you want to just confirm this, you just simply go to the Australian dollar against US dollar. Stop loss 59 pips. Risk 0.5%. 0.05 lots. Vortex Lorenzo, I'm sorry if I ever said bad things about you in the comments. No worries, my man. You can say whatever you want. I appreciate your message. I understand that trading is a very, it can be a very emotional thing. It's really hard for a lot of people sometimes. Even for me, I'm not gonna lie. If I don't feel anything sometimes, I'm not just only like a straightforward rock. I also feel, annoyed sometimes if I lose multiple times in a row, where I know it's part of the game and when it's completely normal. And it's unavoidable. Yet I still feel these emotions sometimes. So I get it. I get it, man. I get it. I understand it. But trust the process, brother. And yeah, the analysis never lies. The analysis never lies here. Lorenzo, can you explain please how I use discount and premium? Yes, so for now, daily. You have lower lows, lower highs. So discount and premium Fibonacci's usually go hand in hand with market structure, right? So in this case, we have this high, we have this low. Let's take this to the daily to keep it simple. We are in a downtrend, right? We create a series of higher highs, higher high, lower low, a lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Overall, looking for a downtrend right here. So in this essence, what you see right now is that you want to look for this particular area. This is the high and this is the low. I tend to look for the Fibonacci right there. What happened? We pulled back for gold here, okay? And we tapped perfectly into the 618. This is the 50%. This is the 100%. This is the 0%. The moment we reached the discounted territories, it started to become interesting. Why? Because these are nice higher time frame levels where you can start looking for sells, right? The lower low, lower high formation. Unless you are, of course, taking out this high, then you would change up and look for higher lows because you reclaimed this high. You haven't reclaimed this high yet. We're starting to look weaker. Actually, you started to create an indecisive candle here, which is one of the best signs, especially in discounted areas. So when you see a high here, a low here, coming back to the equilibrium. The equilibrium is at 50%. Anything above the equilibrium are discounted areas here. You want to buy it or sell it for a discount, or open your position for a discount, close it for a premium. You want to close it in profit here, right? So this is where you want to buy or sell. In this case, sell. And this is where you want to close your position. So you want to short it, close your short right there. Somewhat in that range. So this is where you can look for. Another layer is to just take this then to the 4 hour. Okay. Yes, 4 hours, same thing in my opinion here. I think that the daily is showing already a love right here. But when I'm looking at this reaction right now, we know that the daily got rejected. So what I'm looking for, simple, a higher high, a lower low scenario. Let's imagine that we came up a little bit higher. And this was a beautiful range to look for shorts if you start consolidation, rejection, and you start coming down again. Right? Again, in this kind of territory. In this case, we didn't get there. But that's how the market is. It's not black and white. That's how I would look for positioning. If you want to use your Fibonacci, you want to look for discounted areas here. You can take this from the 4 hour to the 1 hour to the 50 minute. But the top down is usually something that you will definitely increase your risk to reward, or not your risk to reward, your win rate overall when you look at and you understand what the higher time frame is doing as well. Okay. In regards to the gold chart here, this is the reason why we don't buy. There's no reason to buy yet. People are trying to buy now. All right. And what tends to happen here is that the people that bought now, right here, where are the stop loss? The stop loss is probably right here. Or their stop loss is below this low right now. Okay. In my opinion, there is no need to buy. There is no proof. There is no reclaiming of any highs. There is no significant volume. There is nothing that shows us that we can start buying here. This is, in my opinion, still catching a falling knife. So people will be stopped out shortly. Right below the 1911 right here. Okay. Lorenzo, are you still confident in the Australian dollar trade? Yeah, 100%. Even if we would come up all the way here towards this range, I would still be relatively confident in my position here. So, yeah. If you go a little bit of drawdown, I understand that you immediately get into like an emotional state, or you get fearful and you think, oh my god, no, I'm in red now. And you start thinking, should I close my position? This is up to you, right? This is up to you. This comes from your personal experience here. For me personally, I'm holding this position. I already explained why. I hope that makes sense. But yeah, everyone is different here. I think the people who got stopped out right now. So catching a falling knife is very, very difficult. And you never really actually know when, you know, you're gonna come up here. If you, for example, right now you have a very clean structure. So let's imagine you break this high now. You create a higher low, and you have one more expansion of a higher high. And you start seeing the structure getting better, the volume coming into play here, the dollar starts coming down, looking weaker. Yeah, then this is a nice target, right? For example, then this is something that you can go to for then potential further pullback, because the higher time frame is still bearish, right? So a breakout here, continuation to the upside, rejection, fantastic. For now, we need to reclaim highs first before start even thinking about considering to buy gold. So all the people that said buy now, Lorenzo, buy now, that's why we wait patiently for a position here. Joey says no FOMO, no FOMO. Exactly, my brother. Exactly. GG, buy now, full margin, same as yesterday, sell house, wife or husband, kids. Car, watch, Rolex. Can you show us your Fibonacci settings in the description, my friend? I think they're in the description, yeah. I think I got them for you right here. There we go. The thoughts on the Nasdaq is that it's retraced into the Verveer gap and psychological level. Okay, we can talk a little bit about the Nasdaq here while we're waiting for some gold move or whatever the case may be. We can do that. We can do that. I think that's a good idea. We haven't looked in the indices for a while. Let's do it top down here. Back at the highs. That was the massive expansion. Of course, we had this beautiful range on the top right here. Super clean, beautiful range, by the way. We had this zone here. We tapped into this already, you know, a couple weeks ago. Right there. So this was a beautiful reaction. These are the structures I'm always looking for. So that's number one. Let's see what kind of data we can find in that range. Beautiful. What do we have here? All right. Let's go over the levels in this internal range. Let's remove that one. This is the value area low. This is the point of control. Value area high. What happened? We kind of got rejected around the value area low here. Okay. Rejection point around this level. Eventually, we did create a lower low. So that lower low was indeed created here. How strong is that low? It's pretty decent. It's pretty decent overall. It's a clean break in my opinion. It's good enough to look for this range right here. So again, smaller range, 4 hour. What's the information in this range? Now we're gonna go to this range. And we're keep piling in these ranges here. Okay. What can you tell us about this range right there? And internal ranges in that area as well here. I think that's the most important part. Value area low? No. Point of control is still a little bit higher. Coming up a little bit more in that area here. So let's see what we have around this level. No information from there. No reaction. That's actually really interesting. What is interesting is that we came into the Fibonacci here. So this is where you can look for the swing high, the swing low. 70.5, 79%. Do we have interesting areas of supply, for example, or you know, potential resistance areas, or whatever the case may be, horizontal support or resistance levels around that zone? Yes, we do. In the middle of that 70.5, 79%, we do have a perfect area of supply here. Okay, so we came there, we tapped into that zone, we got rejected in that range. Okay, next one. Let's go to the 1 hour. Come back down. Interesting. What do we see here? New range. Interesting. Created a lower low. We took out at least this low, which is good. What is this range telling us right now? There we go. Okay. Area around the point of control. Let's draw the Fibonacci from this high to low. What do we see here? Same thing. Same thing. 70.5, 79%. Came back to that range. Start to come forming. This is like about 2 hour zone. 2 hour candle structure right there. Rejection point around this level. Rejection right now. Beautiful. Point of control is now below. Helps us as well here. We're below that initial range. 15 minute. What do we see here? What a clean range. What's the high? High to low. Do we know where the low is going to be? I don't know. It could be here, could be there. I don't know. Okay. What do we see here? A nice clean range right there. What did we had? We're waiting for that rejection or reaction out of that range right here. Okay. Very, very important. So let me see what's going on. Let's zoom out a little bit. Thank you for the sub, butter. Sprocket Turn Gaming, my man. Absolutely love it. Let's get to the 15 minutes. Draw, same level. What do we see here? Why is it not working? Let me know. Okay, I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. But anyways, the information is clear. Waiting for a bounce right now. into that range. We might already have seen that reaction right now, so that's what we're trying to figure out, what that reaction could be. What I do like is this high, okay? This high particularly is interesting to me. Why? Because if you look at this low that was just created, this could be an inducement, right? So this could be like an inducement, trapping early shorters right now into the market. Come back up here, take them out. Then we're going to wait for weakness. Then we're going to wait. We're not going to enter straight away. We're going to wait for the weakness to come into the market here. So what do we want to see? Want to see some weakness here. Want to see weaker target, weaker structure. This is where we're going to start looking for shorts back down. So if I see that weakness getting formed, then I'm willing to enter position, stop loss above the highs. Then I can start thinking about targeting the lows right here. Why these lows? These lows failed to take out these highs. Pretty straightforward. Okay, makes sense. Higher to lower time frame, waiting for that reaction. At least I want to see some sort of pullback, taking out the early shorters, induce them, or that got induced to go long or go short before. Wait for weaker structures, look for more downside potential here. Pace is gonna win here. Oh, that makes sense. Nas must reject and be bullish momentum here. Yet another one. Thank you for the 41k, by the way. Appreciate you guys. We're heading towards the 50. Another reaction, another thing that you can use as well, another confluence that you can look at, besides the Nasdaq, of course, is the volatility index, right? We talked about the volatility index a lot, which is right here. And the volatility index can also help you a little bit more. What does the volatility index need to do? The volatility index needs to show you some bullish momentum. Why? Because there is a strong negative correlation usually between the volatility index here. This is beautiful, by the way. Look at this zone. Okay, like what did we just said by the Nasdaq? And about early shorters induced potentially to go short here. Okay, look at the VIX. The VIX is showing the same thing here. Potential early longers, let's imagine, right there with that zone right below, right here. And then a small gap in between. We could fill up the gap right here, a small gap, react, take out the early longest here, come down, look for stronger targets here, reaction first, higher low, then look for potential setups for the Nasdaq. Okay, another one is to simply wait for this structure to be taken out. Also could be very, very important. This one to be taken out. If that doesn't happen, wait for this high to be broken, pull back, continuation, look for the Nasdaq for the same thing. $1,200 people watching, 430 likes. Just be fair, guys. At least hit the like button. This guy's helping us. Appreciate it, brother. Appreciate it. Okay. The Nasdaq, very interesting, by the way. We might be looking at something like this here, weaker structures and then a short potential. The beautiful thing about it is you don't have to rush in anything. You can literally wait for certain, chart patterns to be created, to be shaped, to understand the psychology of the market a little bit better, the structure, market structure very well. And, you have such a good advantage already. I think if you will focus on market structure a lot, you really nail down that part here. And you start really thinking about, inducements and how people get trapped and shorters get trapped and so on as well in this case. And look for the overall structure forming. You see, usually it's the exact same thing on the daily, literally on the daily or the weekly, all the way down to the lower time frame. Look at this. Weekly consolidation expansion. Go to the daily. Daily consolidation expansion. Look at the 1 hour. 1 hour consolidation. expansion, 15-minute, consolidation, expansion. It's endless. It's literally endless. And when, you know, all of these time frames are aligning, of course, the higher the probability here. And the nicer these setups could be eventually. Very interesting here. Gold is indeed falling down or breaking down here. Is that the case? That's why. Okay, we're never trying to catch a falling knife here. No need. No need. No need. And Lorenzo, what do you think about Fido Crest? I've never tried them. Okay, beautiful Australian dollar. Let's push down. Let's break it. Come on, guys. For gold, like I said, if we keep coming down here, we need to wait for some sort of pullback here, some sort of retracement for continuation down. We have still this low, we have still this low. This is the most important range here for gold, by far. This is where you're going to find a lot of orders, a lot of positions. This is where you're going to find your best trades. This is where you could have found our best trades right here, based upon our analysis right here. Now we're somewhat in the middle. Okay, so yes, you can enter a short here and think, okay, we're going to come down further, fantastic. But the question then will be, where do you put your stop loss? And, you know, does it make sense? Does it make sense? Well, maybe it does for your strategy. I'm definitely not here to judge. But what I'm personally looking for is these type of patterns. Nasdaq is actually showing the same thing right now. Australian dollar is showing the same thing right now. Let me know if there are any other setups here for gold right here. You know what's going on with gold, okay? We are trading gold usually on the stream. It's always our main focus here. But, you know, if there is no trade for now because you're in the middle of a falling knife, then there is no trade. So, you know, we can do a couple more analysis here. We are in an Australian dollar, US dollar short. Okay. Bunch of sell side below. I would be very surprised if we're not going for these lows here. Will that happen today? I have no idea. I have no idea. But our TP point will be somewhat in the middle. So let me know what you guys want to see. Let's do a couple of charts for you guys right now. We can wait and stare at the gold chart. But my opinion is to be patient right here. So let me know what you guys want to see. Dollar is coming. GJ, okay. Yeah, we can look at GJ. Okay. Look at the yen as well. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, the yen is not showing any signs of strength whatsoever yet, okay? So yeah, it's very appealing to look for shorts right now for the yen. I was looking for potential short for the euro yen, a really short-term bounce on the 15-minute. But it already seems that we're not taking out this high, so it seems that we're going to come back to this range here. I want to keep this one on the 15-minute. I don't want to really play too much around on the higher time frame right now, because we are at a very interesting zone here now on the 15-minute. So this is a very interesting range for the yen. If we get there, I will be very interested in looking for trade setups for any pair, any yen-related pair. It could be the euro against the yen. It could be GJ. It could be the Australian dollar against the yen. Whatever setup looks better, I will look for when we're reaching this range. Why? Because this is a very important range. This is that range where we first of all bounced from. This area of the month here, we found support here. Okay, that's one layer. But this range is a very, very interesting one because we had a massive expansion out of that range. Right there. Okay, really, really big expansion. We're now coming down to fill up that gap to come back to that range. So what I want to see here is I want to see us coming back into this range right here. And leverage the data we have here. Okay, I think there is a big chance we would come for that particular range right now, and that we would actually come down here. So there are then two scenarios to think about for GJ already. That is number one, we wait for GJ to come up right now, and we look for potential long, like a short-term scalp long, to potentially expect the yen, you know, coming back down towards this range, because we're still not there yet. To then look for GJ short if we hold here. One of these levels here. So this is an important zone. Now let's take this information to the British pound against the yen on the same time frame. You know, 30-minute, 15-minute chart. And let's see what we have here. So, all right. This is an interesting low. You can already see it right now. We have this low right here. We have this range right there. You see that we're bouncing up here. We have the information right there. This is fixed range volume profile. We have again the value area high here. We have the point of control here. What has happened? What a surprise. All right. It's all about finding these ranges. Ranges are filled with information. Information is what we need to make, you know, potential trading decisions here. So a range, nice expansion, a nice break out of that range here. In essence, this range was also in horizontal support or resistance level. We broke out of that resistance, right? And we saw a massive break out of it. So what do I want to see here? I want to see either a retest followed by a continuation, creating a nice W structure right now. We're in the middle of an expansion. We're not going to go long here. We're too late for that long potential. Okay, so what are we looking for? I think it's better to wait for a higher low to look for potential continuation to the upside. What is then an interesting level? This range right here. Okay, beautiful expansion, beautiful range to look at. We can trade from this range below up to this range up there. From there, we can start thinking about, okay, if the yen basket is showing us what we wanted to see, holding at that range, we can start looking for weakness, rejection point, maybe the point of control as well. Here's the point of control bounce. Here's the point of control right there. This could be very interesting. Why? Because this would induce people to go short here. People would short here 100%. This area of supply. If you don't get rejected there, okay, and you break through it, you take these stop losses, and then from that moment, you actually start showing weakness and you start coming down. So what I want to see is that being taken out and then taking a short, coming back down all the way, going for the lows here. So literally coming up, coming down. In this case, I want to see a pullback into, for sure, this range that we had created beforehand already. Okay, so that range was right there. That initial range on the lower time frame right now, which is this area. Okay, a nice, really nice expansion. We have this area of the month here. I think this is an interesting level to look at. Why? Because you then break this low, this initial, you fill up the imbalance, you come back down, create some sort of higher low, and then on the lower time frame, we can start looking for lower time frame structures where we break out again, and then we can place an entry, stop loss below, and look for that potential continuation to the upside. Okay, so GJ looks interesting, only for higher low scenario, looking for longs right here, looking for the continuation to the upside right there. Hope that makes sense. Coming back into this range eventually. From there, we can look at the yen, we can look at GJ and see if we can flip it and short it straight away after. All right, that's what I'm looking for. But for now, there's nothing to do here in the middle. Yeah, nothing in the middle right here. Beautiful thing about this is as well, if you come here and you create a higher low and internally you start creating a higher structure that you can break, you enter along. And what's so beautiful about it is that there is a lot of liquidity above these levels as well. So you take out that liquidity, stop losses that are built up here, stop losses that are built up here. You fill out the imbalance here. You induce early shortage here. Then you go into positioning when you see internal weaknesses getting formed. And then you enter a potential short and you target back all the way to the downside. Actually very clean. Very, very nice. I really like it. Could be interesting to look at. Gold is maybe heading down towards the 1903. Yeah, I think you have something great there, bro. I think you are yeah, on point. I like it. Yeah, let's see. Let's don't not try to catch a falling knife here. Let it roll out here. If we see a pullback and we get rejected, we can take a short for sure. If we start consolidating, you know, this could have to do with the CPI coming out tomorrow, of course, you know, and then we look for a breakout, simple breakout strategy from there. DJ is definitely something I'm interested in if you come back down, by the way, fam. So let's keep a very close eye on this one. If we start building that liquidity here, we're going to take this one. We're going to take a long. Also, guys, it's very important to, besides, you know, all these technicals that we're talking about, you know, is to also let you understand that I go through a lot of things as well, right? In our life. So in my life, I have also a lot of personal things that I'm dealing with, you know, on a day-to-day basis. You never know. There's always some stuff going on here. So it's very easily to get distracted from your trading. So the best way to get a clear mind is to sometimes take a break. And I know it is annoying and it's like you want to trade, but sometimes whenever you feel that you are, you know, losing a little bit, or you're in a streak, or you feel not confident, or there's something happening here, everything you do in your life, in your personal life, can or could have an impact on your trading career or your trading life as well here. All right. If you are hangover, or you have been drinking, or whatever the case may be, you're tired and you start trading like a zombie. And trust me, I've been there, right? So try to avoid moments when you feel tired. Try to avoid moments when you feel that you are a little bit sick, or whatever the case may be. Don't rush into trading because it's fun. You know, make sure you really nail down your health, or you feel good. Things are moving along here. If not, focus on your personal life first. Try to get this sorted to then come back towards trading. And I know it's hard because I go through a lot of shit and I have a responsibility towards you guys as well. So sometimes that's complicated. But I found my peace. I found my way to overcome these type of things by doing whatever I need to do in order to get over it, right? Surfing, boxing, eating better, sleeping better, create a better sleeping rhythm for myself. Like all these small things help me becoming more sharp, more ready, again, for you guys as well. But, you know, we all go through stuff here. And I understand that you see trading as your way out, which I had as well. But just be aware of the fact that, you know, you need to make sure that your health is on point and you actually feel ready. You feel good. And if you're struggling with something, personal wise, we are here in the community as well to talk about it. There are always idiots, there are always idiots in the chat as well that are laughing. But I take these things very serious for you. And there are a lot of people in our community that are really, truly willing to help you as well here. So focus on the people that care and ignore the people that do not care. And, I think that matters the most. Okay, GJ is already coming down a little bit here now. Or he's slowing down a little bit. So let's see where this will take us. Of course, we have this internal range. It's not the most important range I'm interested in. But we can see how we react out of it. Right? So if we do come up, let's see how we react out of this range right here. Okay? But so far, let's just see how it goes. A higher low will be better. Higher low, internal higher high. Breakdown, looking for trade entry, long, stop loss below the lows, and then just go for the highs right here. Mike says, I got fired a month ago. Was a wealth manager, back to day trader now. Okay. The good thing about retail is that we have actually so much information right now that there are many ways where we can make it ourselves, Mike. And if you're a wealth manager, maybe you can set yourself up for a new fund or whatever. Who knows? Smate says, surround yourself with people you want to be or who inspire you to be the best version of yourself. I completely agree, man. What is your strategy? Yeah, so it's, to be honest, it's really hard to explain the full strategy. We use a lot of different terms here. I'm gonna make a completely new series on the Limitless Trading Academy YouTube channel. So not on my own channel, but the Limitless Trading Academy YouTube channel. And I'm going to talk about my full breakdown observation of the market. So you know exactly what the complete playbook is. All right. How we observe markets here. But I noticed that throughout my trading career, the ranges is where I found the most success. Not just the range themselves, trading in a range. No. Using ranges or using the information of ranges to trade from. And every fucking pair has ranges, practically. Ranges, expansion, consolidation, expansion, right? With that comes manipulation. So I will create a video and it's going to come on the Limitless Trading Academy YouTube channel. So if you haven't subscribed, you can find it on my channel here as featured. We're going to drop some really cool stuff soon. This was my dream, to actually start the Limitless Trading Academy, where multiple guys from our community and girls potentially can start posting content right here on this channel to help you guys out. So I'm going to post that right there. It's going to be like a full-on hour, mini course or whatsoever. And the first video is going to be an interesting one as well. You guys will love it. So make sure you subscribe before we start posting soon. Okay? All right, GJ, coming down here. That's what we want to see. Something like that. Look at the dollar. Okay. All right, we're retesting this high here. Reclaimed the initial highs. Fantastic. Now we're looking for the retest of this initial high. yeah, I want to see how we react out of this this high right here. This initial, or you could say support right here. That's the reason why I put our stop loss so high on the Australian dollar. You know why? I did this on purpose to really prevent myself from getting stopped out for no particular reason. Trying to get like these mini type of trades here. It's about the overall analysis, you know, on a more bigger picture right here, which I'm looking for. You know, and that is taking out the lows here. So that's the reason why our stop loss is so high. Our risk to reward is still, you know, normal. That's the main reason why we are able to do so. Otherwise, sometimes we cannot take a trade like that, where our stop loss cannot be this high. But it's just to prevent any manipulation, or as much manipulation as possible during, you know, especially on the lower time frame during these choppy market conditions right now, a day before the CPI. Okay, let's see if we can reclaim highs for gold. And let's see where we actually bounced from here. What was the last low? Okay, this range, right? We talked about this range at the beginning of the stream. So I think it was this area right here. So this particular low. A little bit higher, a little bit higher. Let's go to the 1 hour. Yeah, okay, 1 hour. It's kind of this candle structure right here. You could also say this particular zone right there. We tapped into that zone, that top wick of that candle. 5 minute, looking for the highs. It's always good to look for the reclaim of these highs here. Wait for structures to get formed and then see if we have the volume to look for a short-term pullback. Until that moment, there is nothing to look out for here. Look at this zone. You know, we have still this area of supply here. So you want to reclaim these highs first, then potentially look for further continuation, look for continuation to the upside. So pullback continuation here. GJ is coming down, and so this is exactly what we want to see. We want to see this coming down. You know, potentially, and then looking for the structures. This is a beautiful range to look at. Thomas is here. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man.
Yes. What's up?
How many books are there? Do you know how many books are in your book drawer right there?
I have no clue, but I think it's more than 100. 100% sure.
What if you're gonna count them today, and then we ask the community to guess, and then somebody wins something at the end of the stream? I'm joking.
I was like, yeah, no, let's do it. Awesome. I will get a number in my head, and the one that's most close to it, you know, something like that. I love it. So what are we looking at, Lorenzo? What are we looking at today?
I mean, there are a couple, man. Australian dollar from yesterday. We talked about this one together.
I love it. Yeah, I love it. Still looking at that as well.
GJ. I like what I see here. I want to see some sort of bullish continuation until we're back in that range up here.
Oh yeah, I see. It looks really good, actually. Yeah, it looks really good. You still have that gap as well on the left, right? Oh, yeah. You don't have it on your broker, but I see a gap still on the
oh, this is a gap
on
here.
The left side.
We have this gap right here. Yeah, this is also where the Sunday open is.
Yeah, exactly. There's the gap. Yeah,
Sunday open right there as well. Beautiful.
Yeah.
We should have had this one in. My bad. So yeah, potentially looking for a trade towards that level, taking out early or taking out the buy side right there. is already taken out, but right there. And potentially then looking for shorts from there on again. So coming back and looking for
like it
below.
I love it. Amazing. Amazing. Let me see. But how are you doing, brother? You doing good?
I'm doing great, man. Yes, sir.
I love it. Love to hear that.
We're back. We're back. We're there.
Back in business.
Back in business.
Back
bro.
in business.
Exactly.
Yes, yes, yes.
Lorenzo, what do you think of Fiddlecrest? I have no idea, bro. I don't know this company. Lorenzo, please check US oil. Okay. While we're waiting for this, gold did not reclaim the high so far. Okay. So nothing yet. Oil, yes. What's happening with oil? Oil made a move. I heard. There we go. Yeah, oil made a big move here indeed. Are you in an active trade? Yeah, I think you can see it here, Babo. By the way, I thought you were looking at this chart for a while. My positions are below. Oil. Okay. So we failed to break this lows here, so there was no short right there on the daily. We failed to come down eventually. We held support there. Major zone is still there. We have been holding here. Okay. We were looking initially for shorts, but we didn't got the confirmation at the time. We're holding support here, higher time frame, higher low, higher high. We reclaimed these highs. Very important. Daily. Closed above that zone here. Start to pull back, coming up right now. Yeah, it's looking strong. Looking strong. We're seeing definitely some further expansion here. Let's see where we at here. Okay, higher low. We came back. Not really a structure that I'm saying, okay, this is gonna cause a lot of problems. What I do find interesting is that I think at some point we can still retest these highs here. I think we can come back one more time to the 85 here. Eventually sell off here and then start to form some sort of double confirmation for continuation. But on the lower time frame, let's start with the 30-minute. Yeah, we broke very important resistance. So this is good. We closed above it now. We have a nice clean range. This is the very area high of that range. And we're looking quite strong, quite bullish. Nothing to say, to be honest. It looks very good. It's just the only thing that I would love to see is yeah, either an hourly closure right now on the 10-minute. In 10 minutes we have that here. A pullback and a continuation. Maybe even a candle flip towards the upside. It looks strong. No weakness whatsoever here. I think we can start it, we can take this back to the higher time frame a little bit more and start looking at the daily again. And target at least the 90.91, which is the first serious retest of a high that swiped the previous highs there. It is important to mention right here, to swipe these highs out small gap fill. And you're gonna maybe see a reaction from there. So that could be a very good, strong TP point. If you look at the 4 hour, I think it's an even clearer zone. Which will take you then towards, yeah, like something like this. The 92.5, even if you have the chance. But yeah, definitely some more upside. That's the conclusion. So yeah. 4 hour closure as well in 8 minutes. So let's keep a close eye on it. Yeah, I do like it though. Any weakness? If you start to see weakness right here, the only weakness I want to see is coming back below the 85, right? So if you start breaking this again, yeah, you come down straight away back down towards the. You could come back down towards, you know, of course, a temporary low here, but most importantly, back to like the 70s. And that could be a massive trade to the downside again. So now that 85 is an important level to retest, in my opinion, also one more time for further continuation. It's a riskier to buy now, but it's definitely possible with a tight risk management if you are taking advantage of the momentum above this 30-minute resistance. So definitely interesting here. Gold holding a support, facing that internal resistance here. If you start breaking out soon, you come up, then it's interesting to start looking for gold again and for potential pullback scenario. GJ is already coming up here. Okay, that's why if we do not create this move where we come down, retest it, and we start breaking and then create a higher high internally, then it's just a matter of looking at this range and to see what will happen there. Yeah, it's all quite clear to me right now. Like, let's look at this gap for the dollar. And yeah, Australian dollar is still hold. So let's be patient here. Mike says indices will drop hard in September. Yes, as of what I'm seeing in the Nasdaq right now, the Nasdaq is indeed looking like it wants to, you know, it really wants to go down soon. Yeah, so it's interesting. Would love to see something like this here. Bart Simpson. Great stuff. Kai says, Lorenzo, you was the first YouTuber I started watching when I just started trading. It's been over a year now. Yes, we started 1 year ago on YouTube. Crazy stuff, bro. Shout out to you, my man.
Time is flying by, man. It's actually crazy. Time is flying. There, by the way, Lorenzo, there's a chat in front of my face on YouTube.
Oh.
I didn't know if you noticed.
I didn't see it. My bad. I didn't want to play it this way, my man. You're the magician. Tell me about your Euro trade today.
Oh yeah, so we can go over that.
Show
so
me your
what we
Euro
had
trade, please. We're still on a Euro, Australian dollar, US dollar short. Show me your Euro trade right here. Okay, let's go.
All right. I'll take it away. So let me start off with what we actually did today in the session. We started off by looking at a short on GU. For the people that were there, they actually noticed something from me trying to get a bigger RR on the position. That's why we actually missed out on the position, even though the overall bias was like fully correct. It was actually a really good position. We were looking to take a short at this position, take our stop loss above the high, and aiming to fill up the gap. We did not take it. The reason why is because I wanted to see price come a little bit higher, so I was a little bit greedy. That did not happen. They instantly shoot down. That was something from my end, right? For everyone in the V3, they know this was on my bet. So then we went actually to EURUSD, still looking for a short as well. Went down to the lower time frames. Market were slowing down a little bit. We did end up finding a short position that went instantly into profit. So what happened? We went back into an order block that I no longer have marked out, but we have an order block here. Went back into that, respected it, dropped price to the downside, breaking the low, taking an entry from the fair value gap, putting our stop above the high, instantly shooting to 1 to 5R, and then taking 50% out, and eventually the rest got stopped out on break even, but still ended up being profitable for that day. So yeah, that was the actual setup for today. It was a really simple setup. Like a textbook setup, I guess. Going back to the order block right here, and then shorting it down. That's it.
Yes, love it, bro. I saw it. Very clean stuff. Amazing as always, and a nice cap, by the way. What's going on?
Oh yeah, that's my cat. Chilling, chilling. Yeah.
Nice.
Yes.
The return of the pillow, yes. So I got a how do you say that? I got a hollow back, right? So I walk like this, right? So therefore my back is slightly hollow here. So I'm actually you know, I need a pillow in my chair, in my office chair, in order to sit good or sit straight. Very clean. I actually need a very expensive chair, which is this one, by the way. It's a very good one, but I rented it, by the way. I rented this chair, in case you want to know. We'll buy it next month. Okay. What opportunities today? Analysis paralysis, not really. It's pretty clean. Let's see if we can go on and take out the highs during the New York Stock Exchange open. Show some weakness and sell off from there. That would be nice with the Nasdaq. With the British pound against the yen, it's another story. What is your net worth? I'm not sure if I can exactly tell you what my net worth is for, you know, I think you understand why. Lorenzo, would you say the Nasdaq is negatively correlated with inflation news? So if the inflation comes out higher, it's usually not good for the stock market. Gold is coming down again. Failed to break the highs here. Yes. So again, don't try to catch a falling knife. Okay? Don't try to buy gold. This is how so many people get trapped here. We saw it already happening here. Right? We saw it happening here. When people in the chat said, should I buy now? Should I buy now? And then here again. Should I buy now? Should I buy now? And there we go again. So it's either we reclaim the highs or we come back towards this range. We're almost there already. This is where these opportunities are at. This is where it gets nice and interesting. Okay. So let's reclaim highs. Come back. Wait for further confirmation. Start looking very strong. And then start to come and slowly build up your long position right here and enter. Okay. I've been doing this a lot in crypto when I started out trading. Trying to catch falling knives. And yeah, I got wrecked. I got absolutely destroyed at the time. So everything I say comes from experience, and 90% of the time it comes from failure. Okay. A lot of failure in my life. Make sure you smash up that like button here. We have 600 likes. We're gonna get this to 1,000 today. Let's smash it up. Let's help a brother out here. Come on, man. Australian dollar. Yeah, gold, yes, absolutely. Yeah, coming down here, waiting patiently for that to happen. Nasdaq, same thing. Would be nice if we open bullish during the New York Stock Exchange here. Oil, retest, 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 retest. Okay, retest scenario. GJ, we already talked about here. Don't want to talk about too many pairs at the same time. Yeah, but yeah, at the same time right now, there is a lot of things happening for the CPI, so I get why.
Finally fully broke through on odd US dollars. That's amazing. It's good to see.
Which one, brother?
The odd US dollar trade that we're looking at.
Oh, but it finally broke through, yeah.
Yeah. Finally good breakthrough. That's awesome. Like they had some struggling, but now it's finally breaking.
Yeah, it's a patience game during these markets. All right, that's the main reason why our stop loss is high. Even if you come up here,
make sure to take a look at the 4 hour though. Like there's no top wick on the 4 hour on my broker.
Yeah,
just wanted to point out for you.
Yeah, no top wick. So yeah, we could still see pullback. There's no certainty here. But what's good about it is that. Like this is what I'm talking about in regards to the volume in the market, right? So imagine us streaming in March. We took trade after trade after trade after trade, and it's on our Instagram as well. Like where literally on the 1 minute you broke the lows and you just came down like you sink like the Titanic, right? Literally to the bottom of the ocean. Now it's kind of like you have to be very patient. You have to be very patient for the volume to come in. It starts to come down. We saw that with GJ 2 weeks ago when we had the big trade. That took us a while. With gold as well. Yesterday, not really. Just today, you started to see it coming down. Like really, when the setup already was there for a while. So, we're just going to be patient. Give it some room. And, you know, as long as that sell side is below here, in my opinion, it's just a great target to look at. Should we close the position and re-enter short again? This is up to you. If you feel like you want to take some profits now and you're happy with it and you want to look for a re-entry, then do it. Definitely do it. Definitely do it. We have some more information. We have this range. We have the point of control here and the value area low here. Because now we have broken out of that range. So it is a nice level to look at now. The fact that we've broken out this range here. Yeah, if you see a retest in these levels, you know, yeah. There are potential re-entry possibilities here. If you come up. Have a look at EU short-term buys. Okay. Yeah, so this is what I was looking for. I was actually waiting for it to come down a little bit more even. Back towards... oh, what happened? Back towards that low. This low right here. We did not came to that low yet. I think that we will get there soon. A little bit lower. So I want to see it coming back towards this this range right here. It's an interesting range to look at right there. Nice structure, nice expansion right there. Any reaction back into that initial range here is something that is interesting. So let's see what happens when we come down towards this range. And yeah, on the 5 minute even, no, getting pushed down. I think there is a chance that we can come at least here and see how we go from there. Yeah, if you want to put your stop loss on break even already, then do it. This is completely up to you. I'm not here to tell you what to do. If you want to look for a re-entry a little bit higher, you want to take out your profits now, and you want to look for a re-entry a little bit later, then go for that for sure. The target is still the same. When are you planning to go and break even? Well, I think I would take some profits around this zone here, 64. Until that moment, I'll just let it run out and I'll let it play out here. Yeah, Thomas, I love your cap, man. It's actually perfect. You should bring your cap more on the stream. What's is it a her?
No, it's a him.
It's a him. What's his name?
Yes, Boris.
Boris. All right.
Boris the ginger cat.
As long as we got a ginger cat on stream, I'm happy.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, I'll be right back, Thomas. Be right back, bro.
All right, no worries. Chilling with the cat in the back. DJ, welcome back to the stream, bro. Welcome back. Welcome back. Ginger have no soul. Nah, my cat has a soul, bro. Now we got good luck. Yeah, I agree, 100%. Limitless bet. Yeah, something like that. Are you happy in your life, Thomas? Or you feel like there's something you still want to achieve? So, I'm grateful, right? Where I am at now, and I'm happy, but I'm never satisfied. I hope that is a correct answer to your question. There are definitely things that I would always want to achieve something new every day that I wake up. Otherwise, I don't see the point of living, you know what I mean? Like, I always try to achieve something. Even though I achieve the things that I'm writing down now as the goals that I have, I'm gonna make new goals once I achieve the other ones. Just to keep it going, you know? Getting 1% better every day is the best thing you can do. How many books? I haven't counted it yet. Thomas Tate. Yeah, sound like that. I like that, douche. Appreciate you, man. Have you read all them books? No, these are actually from my mother. My mother, she enjoys reading a lot of books. I also read books, but I don't, mostly educational books. Bookworm, did you finish the last book? I only need 20 more pages and then I'm done with this one. And I started it last week. Thank you, man. Yeah, God bless my mother. Yes. 163 books. My mother, she's a professor, actually. So my mother, she got her degree of the university. She is a professor. Like, not a professor in like school, but a professor in helping people that are struggling with like psychology issues, right? That are a little bit crazy, let's say it like that. And people that end up doing drugs and things like that. My mother is a professor in that, and she helps people around the world with that stuff. So yeah, that's what my mother does. Yes. I love when people are with the mothers instead of a girlfriend paying her bills and stuff. Yeah, I mean, I'm only 20 years old, so yeah, you know. Where's your partner? I don't have a partner. Not planning on getting one as well, so just focusing on me, myself, you know, building myself up a little bit. So you just see her when you had a bad day. My mother, no, I always see my mother. Good and bad days, you know? Having dinner together, things like that, you know? It's good to be with your money, with your mother. He has a cat. Yeah, I have a cat. Yeah, you're right. Thank you, Hudson. We see that we're selling off pretty nicely on odd US dollar, so that's good. Which music are you playing? I can't hear the music at the moment, so I don't know which music we're playing. Any dogs? I don't have a dog. My mother doesn't want to have a dog. Like, I've been trying for a longer period of time to get a dog, but she doesn't want one, so it's gonna be a problem. What's your cat's name? My cat's name is Boris. I'm 20 years old, Alex. Where do you see your... I think you mean where I see myself in the end of the year? Is that what you're asking me? Welcome back, Lorenzo.
Hey, Thomas. Long time no see, man.
Lorenzo. Long time.
Moses, I'm 28, have 2 kids. I bought a duplex, one where I live with my wife and kids, and one for my mom. But it's kind of an open space, and people would say, oh, you live with them, your mom. There's nothing wrong with living with your mother, that's for sure. My mother lives with her mother, my grandmother. And I have a lot of respect for that. taking care of elderly. I would love to do this later as well. When she's older. Lorenzo, when are your next vacation and where? I want to go to travel next year. A little bit more. You know, couple countries I have on my mind here. Also for business purposes, right? For the community and stuff. South Africa is one of them. South Africa is on my radar. That's definitely one. Second one, I have to go to Dubai regardless for company purposes. So that's number 2. Maybe some Europe. Miami. Who knows? Let's see. Next year. This year, 4 days a week. Streaming every single week until at least, for sure, September, October, November, December. Next year also, but a bit more traveling. Shout out to my my South African traders, by the way. Much love, much love. Gavin says South Africa, Dubai, Spain, Netherlands, USA, Canada. You heard it. Okay, dollar, still not there. Okay, Australian dollar, US dollar is coming down. DXY is still not there to fill up that gap yet. So I like that a lot. I like the fact that Australian dollar, US dollar is coming down right now, while the dollar still has this opening gap from the Sunday open here. So this is good. Can we still come up? Yes, absolutely. That's why we have a pretty high stop loss right now. Okay, keep repeating it, but it's important to understand why and what the reason is for it. If you want to manage the trade that like the way you want to trade it, of course. I'm gonna set alert here for the EURUSD. So why do you have a high stop loss and take profit? Because I really trust my analysis, but I do not trust the choppy market conditions. So therefore, I play it this way right now. Will you lower your stop loss as it comes down here? Yeah, if you start breaking serious lows, yeah. If you come down a little bit further, maybe at 64. Something like that, yeah. Yeah, let's go dollar here. Let's see where we at. We are now coming back towards this initial zone here. We already retested the zone previously, so I'm not thinking about super strong. But yeah, let's see. The open is gonna be soon. So if you are feeling that you wanna, you know, take some of your profits right now and you wanna re-enter a short later, it's also a possibility. If you don't wanna have a stop loss like me. For gold right now, still coming down here, okay? Still coming down here. You know, you constantly see people buying. And then the price is coming down again. So, you know, this is an interesting low still. This is where we come now towards to. This is at the 1907. But again, this is the range I'm looking at for sure. In order to come up, let's break this high here. And start looking for more bullish structure right there. If that's the case, you come back to that range, you come back, you start showing weakness again, you start pushing further down. Again, the daily is just still bearish. All right, if you look here at the daily chart, there are so many confluences come together here. Right, one more time. We can also look at the weekly, but even for the weekly, we still have that massive gap below. We have, of course, the triple top, right? At some point, we're going to go for these highs. We're going to see a strong gold rally. It's going to come. The question is when. For now, lower low, lower high scenario. Again, lower low confirmation or lower high confirmation. We saw this range right here on the daily. The projection right there of that range, which is again the volume area low right here. Okay, this is right there, tapped into it perfectly. At the same time, it was a 618 Fibonacci right there. Confluence number 2, confluence number 3, trend line break from this particular area, and a retest of that trend line as well. Okay, so you see we had an upsloping trend line here. 1 touch point, 2 touch point, 3 touch point, break, lower low, very important. That lower low is crucial. Right there. Lower high, value area low, 618 Fibonacci, rejection point at the trend line, rejection right there. And now you see potentially it coming down back towards that zone here. Does that mean that we only have to look for shorts? No. Not particularly, but you want to then at least test the lows here and see what we can do. Maybe we can look for a short-term bounce from there, but so far it's looking quite bearish in the higher time frame at this particular moment for gold, and the dollar looks still quite strong overall. Yeah, a lot of things are coming together here. The good thing about it is though that you start building now that liquidity to the upside here. So let's just remove this one. You start building that liquidity here, and this is what you want to see. I've seen this many times before with gold, and not just gold, with Bitcoin, with a lot of also other commodities, is if you're gonna go for a massive rally, you know what tends to happen a lot is that you create a massive long squeeze. So you take out whatever you need to take out, and you quickly reverse and you come up, and that's where the rally starts, let's say. So that aligns pretty well with what we're currently seeing also. You know, that massive daily gap here that we still have below. And again, this structure is of course a really clean structure to look at, which is this one right here. Okay, so can gold still come down all the way back to the 1850 or 1860? I do believe so. This is on the higher time frame though. Lower time frame, yeah, we're starting to come down still. First initial support is going to be either around 1907 or, like we said before, right, this particular range. Or are we looking for pullbacks, looking for trades here? We're gonna see the open soon here. So very curious to see what will happen if we open up here. Are we gonna hold here? Take out the highs, retest this zone, and create weakness. I'm not gonna enter right away. Okay, what I want to do is I want to see the pullback, weakness, breakdown, entry. Will news affect the trade? There is no news. There is the market open second. This could affect our trade for sure. Yeah, we could come up again in drawdown, which I would be completely fine with.
There was someone really interested in the music that you're playing, Lorenzo. What kind of music are you playing? So we can help our boy Indian out with his question.
Okay, his name is Thomas Skaldeberg or something like that. Thomas Skaldeberg.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Here you go, Indian. Thomas Skaldeberg.
I don't know. Ant Miner says, guys, buy gold now. TP 1980.
And Miner, do you have like an analysis towards your gold buy, by any chance? Or do you have some confluences why you want to buy gold now? I would like to, I'm really interested to know why you want to buy gold.
Okay, try to analyze oil. We went, I think 30 minutes ago we talked about oil. So we'll go a bit back into the charts here. We actually need to find these time lapses, or we need to put these timestamps in our streams right now, because we're gonna do much more analysis on other pairs as well. So yeah, we should get this sorted. We're gonna write it down. Lorenzo, I opened 2 trades at level 1919. Stop loss is around 1918. Stop loss is not hit. Trade continues to 1915. I lost 80% of my capital. Broker is XM. What should I do? So you put a stop loss at 1918. You went long at 1919. You put a stop loss at 1918, and your stop loss did not get hit. That's very, very weird. I don't know this broker either. I don't know, bro. Very confusing. If that's for real, then I would switch brokers instantly, because that's just very strange. Very strange. Yeah, if you're interested to trade with a good broker, I would go to either Owanda. I trusted. I traded with Owanda a lot in the past, or Vantage. They're one of the biggest It's one of the biggest brokers out there. Okay, so gold. We have now the open here. Important moment. Okay, we could see a short-term bounce here. I would not be surprised. Let's see. Same for the Australian dollar, US dollar. Could come up as well here a little bit. Dollar. Pushing down. Yeah, let's give it the first 15 minutes to see how we go. Let's go to the 5 minutes. Still the high is still there. Why? Because this is where we saw that rejection. So this is still the high I'm looking at internally for gold. If you want to see short-term bounce here, we need to break the 1913. But I would not be surprised if gold would come back down towards this range. So yeah, let's see. The buys on the Nasdaq is bullish. Check it out. Nasdaq, we're looking at shorts later. Yeah, depending on what time frame we're looking at. Okay, so there we go. If we come up here indeed, bro, and we hold here, then yeah, like we said before, I want to see what happens exactly in this range here. So we took it all the way from the weekly, all the way to the daily, to the 2 hour, to the 15 minute. We're now at the 15 minute. This range indeed is an interesting one. This is definitely where our shorters entered early right here. So yeah, I'm curious to see what happens if these shorters are taken out. Stop losses are right above it, and you come into this zone. And if you see some sort of rejection right there, I'm very curious to see what happens here. But yeah, let's just observe the chart itself and see how we go here. Another thing to look at is the VIX right here, like we talked about before. Let's see where the VIX now is now. Pushing down. There we go. There we go. So we're pushing down from the VIX. What happened? We pushed down towards this zone. So that was scenario N. This is scenario 2, where you take out these lows here, or these lows here. You could even take out these lows and come back to these lows, and wait for some sort of bullish, bullish internal reaction. Gold, not really moving. So if you're in the V3, definitely share your analysis right here. I cannot open any analysis anymore on the free section. Unfortunately, the reason why is because, or I can with like, for example, this type of stuff. No, you know what? If you guys have any analysis here, then share it in the chart setups right here, right? The SMC setups, Forex setups, gold setups, or indices setups, and share your vision here. We can go over a couple of them as well. Show the bookmap on gold. That's a good point. We can do that. That's a very good point. Let's see what the bookmap is telling us for gold. Let's see what we have here. Yeah. Okay. We're in the middle of nowhere now at the moment. This is where I left a lot of buy orders are placed, a little bit lower. Yeah, let's see what happens when you come down a little bit more and tap into these levels here. Internal levels 5 minute, 1913 to break. If we make a pullback here, 1913. Let's see how we go from there.
I'm in the matrix again. Let me fix it. Alright, we back?
Perfect.
Awesome.
What's the difference between the VIX and the VOX? The VIX is the same. It's just a little bit cleaner. On the VOX, it's the same chart. Yeah, let's wait for this 50-minute closure. Let's see how we go for gold. GJ right now, let's see where GJ is at. We're looking at it. GJ is starting to slow down. That's what we want. So we want to see GJ coming back towards this range, right? Actually come back to support, because we had strong support here before. Resistance here, support there, resistance below. A good level. We had a nice range below it. I like this range as well below. We had a nice expansion. We could create a higher low where we now look for that further continuation. We even take out the highs here and to come back towards this range. This is the opening gap of GJ. The Sunday open is there as well. And it's also at the same time a really nice clean range that created a massive expansion where that the gap is there. Sunday open is there. Massive confidence around that level. So yeah, if you come down, then I want to actually trade myself potentially up towards that range, and then from there we look for potential shorts. If we break this low, of course, or this low at the beginning, no, we would potentially see us being invalidated, but mainly, of course, this one. Then everything that we're talking about here is invalidated. What we need to do is we need to hold above this zone. Let's get back to the Nasdaq as well. Nasdaq is doing it. Nasdaq is doing it. I want to see this. This is good. I want to see it coming up. See how we act and react around this high here. Open bullish. And see how we react there. Gold. Let's first claim a high before start thinking about buys. For now, there is no reason to look for buys here. We just came up again. Same thing. Rejection at this area of supply here. We need to start breaking these highs right there. Why these highs? This is where we saw this rejection as well. I think we need to smash through both levels and start seeing gold coming up right there. So let's find out. What a recommendation about 1 minute scalping. Yeah, I like it. I like it on the side. Do I have to start a challenge to have an order book available? No. Order book is just, you can get it on bookmap.com. Orders are coming in indeed. Buy orders are coming in indeed. So what we're waiting for is highs to be broken. Highs and lows and stuff. Australian dollar, you guys know it. It's a long-term trade. We're back at our entry for now. Gold and Australian dollar positive correlation. Are you looking for sell and buy? Yeah, so keep in mind, this is on the 5 minute for gold. So yeah, a short-term pullback, yeah, is possible. We're already in Australian dollar sells, but this is a sell with a massive stop loss where we're looking for a little bit higher time frame trade. So yeah, I'm willing to go and draw down and take a little trade on gold if that's the case. Yeah, so Nasdaq is looking strong. So not interested in like shorting now. I'm just interested to observe the Nasdaq and see where it will take us if we come back to these highs here, and to see how we react. It's the only thing we're waiting for and looking for. Nasdaq is creating a morning star. Very valid buy. Okay. Where I should take profit? If you want to buy now. Where would you take profit be? Let me know. Keep in mind you're reaching first hour of supply here. I might believe that these highs are indeed getting taken out internally. And then I want to see what happens here. This first time viewing your channel, what are you using any strategy? Yeah, I'm going to create a complete playbook. I'm going to post it in the Limitless Trading Academy channel soon, where it's going to be 1 hour full video about the approach and how I analyze patterns, certain patterns in the market, structures, patterns, you name it, and how we put everything together. Because this requires some studying, this requires some, a lot of things that come together there. And when you tell it separately, it doesn't really make that much sense. But when you put it together, it clicks and you understand. Okay. So looking forward to that as well. Why not take the trade? It's still good pips. I mean, yeah, it could have been an okay trade here, but if you look here on the higher time frame and what we're looking at right now, I think that everything aligns very well right now at the moment, and that we're back in that range. Yeah, quick scalp to the upside could have been interesting, but again, this is a nice range to look indeed for that bounce like you were talking about, so I agree. But I think there is a much bigger trade potential if you see a rejection at any of these structures here. So Nasdaq, yeah, I want to see these highs getting taken out here. DJ is starting to have a hard time right now. So that's good. We're getting there. We're getting there. So both Nasdaq and GJ are doing this right now. GJ has a hard time, starting to get pushed down a bit. Nasdaq, we're holding resistance now. I would love to see this high getting taken out, to come back to this high and to then reverse. Gold, nothing yet. We want to wait for that high. Australian dollar, yeah, you know the Australian dollar already. A lot of pairs today. Usually we focus on one, but yeah, it's great to go over some stuff as well from a more technical standpoint.
I see a question for you in the chat, Lorenzo. When you say that the high are taken out, reclaimed, what does it mean in technical terms?
So you have just from simple market structure term, you mean?
That's the question in the chat. I don't really know
okay,
how.
You reclaim the high. So if you look on the 15-minute, or on a 5-minute, for example, I'm looking at each high that created a low, right? So if you then come to a zone and you see a bounce, then I want to first reclaim the high. A reclaim of the high shows me that there is strength, that we have enough capacity to take out a previous high that put in that low. I don't want to buy just under that high that put in the last low. I want to buy after we broke that high for either a retest to create a higher low or right on the break of that high, if it makes sense. So I just want to see a break of that previous high first before I start even to think about looking for buys, for short-term buys to the upside here. Because every single time when we try to enter from a area of support, like here was an area of support, we had an area of support right there. People bought here and then they put their stop losses below and you come down again, right? So now again, same thing. We are at support, people buy, you come up, you fail to break that initial high, you come down again. So then that whole move was practically for nothing. So that's why I want to see gold reclaiming a high to then see if it can pull back, to then see if there's enough capacity here to look for the continuation.
I love it. Really clear explanation. I hope this helped you with the question.
So you want the confirmation that there are enough buying force to force the price up? Yes, absolutely. Yeah, that's it. Like, who is in control? We should always ask ourselves the question whenever we try to look for a trade. Who is in control? Are sellers in control or are buyers in control? If you look here at gold right now, are buyers in control? Or are sellers in control? That's it. So before you enter a trade, we ask yourself the question, who's in control here? Sellers are in control, okay? A good thing is though, what you tend to see when you come down aggressively is that you start to consolidate first. And the longer you consolidate, the better it actually is here at some point. If you then see a breakout retest, the higher the chance is that we're actually going to make that pullback to the upside. There are a lot of other confluences as well, like the correlations and stuff, but that comes later. The longer you consolidate and break out, the more orders we have been building up for it to then potentially make, potentially give us that expansion to the upside again. So the longer it stays consolidating like this, the better I think it's going to be if we then eventually break out and create a higher low, higher low. So Lorenzo, when you do a mistake, do you hold the trade till it's up again or just close here? So in regards to the mistake, sometimes, yes, we make mistakes. There is no doubt about that. Nobody's perfect here. But most of the time, it's the following here. Okay, we talked about it yesterday. It's either like, is it like any losing trade, is that a mistake? Or is this following the rules? Or did you just broke the rules? If you broke the rules, it's a mistake. If you follow your rules, is it a mistake? That's what we're trying to figure out here. Or is it just following your rules? There is not a single trader that does not lose, out of my experience. So that term mistake is sometimes valid and sometimes it is not valid. So try to connect that mistake towards the question, did I stick to my rules or not? And based upon that, we can go on and talk about that particular setting. But that leads to the fact that you first need to know what your rules are. So if you're new to trading, focusing on what you think your rules are before you move forward from there. Anna says, excuse me, newbie question, but why Nasdaq on TradingView having a price of around 15,451, but on MT5 it's 11,760. It's the monthly chart, I guess. It's the ND 100M, right? I think it stands for month, if I'm correct. It's a different chart. Nasdaq is breaking the highs here. There we go. Good. We're almost there. We're almost breaking. And let's see if we can take out what we discussed before on stream. Early shorters. Trading dollar is still getting that rejection here. Yeah, you have to be very patient for the trading dollar. That's just that's just a fact. Nothing we can do about it. Yeah, on TradingView it could be futures as well. Gold, not doing much. Need to see an expansion. And my corner says I have 3 short positions open on 1933, 1942, 1949.6. Great stuff, beautiful. Yeah, you're in like big profits right now. I still think we have a little bit more room. I still believe that there is no daily confirmation that the dollar is going to come down completely. We are still holding above this high. Right here, we're actually retesting this high right now. So on the daily, we're actually looking quite strong still for the dollar. So if you have certain positions open and you're in a big win, I mean, you can always consider for yourself taking some profit out, but overall, there is no real threat yet to your position. So I do think you have an amazing entry, and I think that there is still some more potential personally. Let's stick with the Nasdaq. Nasdaq is showing a lot of volume here. So let's see where what happens around this zone. I'm very curious to see what happens if it can hold here. We're not here to trade directly and to be, FOMO, to directly want to trade into a potential higher high, higher low scenario internally. What I'm looking for is a rejection point around some of these highs here to see if there is some weakness. Because we know people are getting stopped out right now, right here. You can see that by the fact that we're coming down right now with these wicks. This means usually orders are getting closed and new orders are getting filled. Above these levels, a lot of stop orders or stop losses are getting hit here. So lower time frame. And let's just see and observe how we develop here. If you come up and start ranging and potentially even breaking down here. Let's see how it goes. Gamer bro, hey Lorenzo, I'm going to a really shitty breakup of 3 years. Do you have any advice man to man? So I do not know the ins and outs of your relationship. Of course, I don't know what happened. I don't need to know what happened. But the best thing that you can do, and what have I learned personally, is to not be like extremely. If you want to have the relationship back or whatever, don't chase. Don't chase too much. Find peace within yourself first. Reset yourself by doing something you've not done before. You could go to the gym quite more often. You could take some boxing classes. Trying to work on yourself, feel better, increase your own vibration, your frequency, and start attracting, new energies into your life personally. And people feel that. People feel that you're stepping up and you're changing and you're doing your thing. You're focusing on yourself, which gives them, more security and more certainty as well. But start within yourself. First, work on yourself a little bit more, and usually this will pay off in the long term. I have not personally not had a single ex-girlfriend that never came back to me. I can tell you this honestly, that never came back to me later on after I was really working on myself and doing the things that I should have done already during the relationship. All right, usually it's your own responsibility as a man. You control the pace here in most cases. And it's also, to be honest, usually your fault. I don't know this situation, but usually it's the man's fault. It's usually our responsibility as well, out of my personal experience. So, yeah, man, life happens, bro. Let's step up our game and let's hit the pads. All right, let's take out these highs. We have done it now. First step. Highs are taken out. Stop losses are taken out. Now we're going to find out what the true intention is of the Nasdaq. We have the 30-minute done. We have the hourly closure. We might still push up a bit more. Let's see. Lorenzo, for me too, going through a really rough breakup with gold. After it tapped into my stop loss and it moves into the anticipated direction. Got any advice? Yeah, start trading silver.
%. Just divorce from gold.
Okay, show us some volume. Let's see. Guys, make sure you smash up that like button here. We're stagnating a little bit. We can step it up here. Don't forget to support the channel. We're doing our best for you. And we're gonna come back 4 days a week. So smash up that like button. Support us. We're building the most beautiful community. That's no doubt here. Our daily analysis are crushing it lately. We're stepping up our game again. And help a brother out as well. Highly appreciate it. And thank you and love for all the new people in the chat that joined us today here. And much love to you. Appreciate you. And hope to see you tomorrow, 7 AM. Sharp EST, we have the CPI.
Yes. Some high volume coming in tomorrow. Can't wait for it.
Bjorn says, lay, focus on yourself, love yourself, go walk, go to the gym, positive mindset, you will grow, the right love will come, good luck with it. I love it. Which day don't you trade? Usually I'm not on a Friday. Because Friday I trade crypto. Even in these markets right now. Gold down or up, so now we're in that range. We came down tremendously here. We need to reclaim highs first before thinking about buys. No confirmation. Mixtrap says, I have a remaining $2. Help me to take profit. Don't focus on the money, bro. This is not important right now. Get your trading up. And then money will follow eventually.
Yo, Lorenzo.
Yo.
Are you still here?
I'm still here, bro. Yeah.
That's crazy. I could hear you talking on stream, but I couldn't hear you on Discord. I don't know what's going on, but my camera is in the matrix. Then my headphones are in the matrix. Yeah, something is going on.
We need to step up. We need to step up. We're gonna see what's going on here.
I see a question in the chat for you, Lorenzo. I see a lot of people that avoid trades during Friday. Is there a particular reason? Is Friday like a worst trade for trading? A worst day for trading? Someone's asking you that question, Lorenzo.
Well, not particularly, but you have to understand that you're going to the weekly closure, right? So it can be amazing for you, but it can be a disaster. It's just more manipulation and stuff. But there's nothing wrong with Friday if you want to trade. Tons of good days on a Friday as well. No particular reason. Monday is sometimes a little bit more annoying, and the reason why is because of the actual open, and you don't have the information of the open yet, so you don't really know the first. You need that first impulse to kind of figure out what the rest of the week could potentially do, right? That's why we understand and we look at the Sunday open a lot, and what level that was. Where do you open the market, or do we close the market? So the Monday can be a market of inducement, right? Trapping a lot of traders to reverse flip on them due to the remaining of the week. We've seen that a lot on a Monday. So Monday is a little bit more tricky. But it's always good to still be live and going live together to at least do our analysis. And because this is New York, we're already at Asia and London. So So we can kind of get a little bit of an indication. But I do believe that it's important to open the week together. That's the most important part. Gold is not moving anymore. Nasdaq is indeed coming up here. So let's see how we go when we tap into these highs. That first initial reaction, perfect reaction. We manipulated the highs right there. We took out the highs. Stop losses got hit right there perfectly. We want to tap into these highs first. Let's observe the market and see if there is weaker structure right there before making a move to the downside here. Overall, you see that bounce, so we don't have to rush it, right? We could easily come up, but based upon the higher time frame to lower time frame structures, there is potential. Only thing that we're looking for is a flipping scenario where it kind of start making sense here. Okay, gold. Let's look at some weakness here. Let's consolidate. Let's reclaim the highs. Look for continuation back. Like I said with GJ, let's come back down here. Reclaim the zone. Tapped into the point of control beautifully. We want to reclaim, create a bullish structure, look towards that high. From there on, the yen will potentially hold and come back to that initial area that we saw. Yeah, we saw right there on the 30 minutes. We're almost there, by the way. So yeah, let's see how far we take this one and if we can actually hold and bounce from it. But for GJ, let's keep a close eye on the bullish structure coming back up. If not, and we don't come back down, we take this to the lower time frame. We're gonna come to this high, and we see what's up from there. Okay, we see what's up from there. Love that little range as well. A lot of stuff to look at. Australian dollar still in the making here.
Love it. I see a question. Lorenzo and Thomas, did you guys learn English in school or through live experiences? For me personally, I did not learn it from school. So I learned it from watching a lot of movies. And I had to learn English for my past life. So I did a lot of English stuff as well. And that's why I learned English by experience. So actually through live experience. And how is that for you, Lorenzo? Did you learn it in school?
Good question, bro. Good question. So, yeah, I think I learned it by traveling. That's it. Traveling a lot.
I like that.
Love traveling. Meeting a lot of people, talking more English than I talk Dutch. So at some point, it becomes second nature. Time to eat trading. Good stuff, brother. Keep it up. You keep it up, brother. You keep it up. Much love to you, bro. I wanted to send you a message, by the way. I will do it shortly, so much love. Keep it up, you're doing great. Absolute animal. Okay, gold. Bookmap, buy orders are there, right? Buy orders are there, but that does not mean that because these limits are set, that we're just gonna move up right now, right? We need to see gold, the dollar is still coming up. We need to see the dollar filling up that gap. If gold holds, for example, and it starts ranging here, imagine gold ranging for a while right now, right here. The dollar comes up, back to that gap, that opening gap. We come up further and we get rejected at the Sunday open and we start creating weakness, breaking. Then that break for the dollar will cause a massive expansion up for gold, back towards the previous range. So if you reclaim the highs, come back, looking for continuation, we have something very nice, especially if the dollar has filled up that gap right there. And yeah, we're coming closer. DJ Sprays, 3 years relationship. She went with her parents to Pakistan. She got arranged in an arranged marriage. 1 month later, she married. Stay strong. Wow. That's crazy stuff. Man. Life, bro.
See, a question for you, Lorenzo. Lorenzo, if you think that if you had a high-paying job at Holland, what would be better, trading or the high-paying job? What would be better, brother?
Trading or a high-paying
job in Netherlands, right? So in the Netherlands.
It depends on the job. It really depends on the job. You know, if it's there are a lot of fun jobs out there. I have no idea, bro. But you know, I love what I do, man. I love this stuff. There would be very small chance for it to change it up right now. Very small chance. Let's look at the Nasdaq. Nasdaq is getting interesting right now. So. Okay, yeah, still there. Still there. Looking quite strong here, but we will find out. We will find out what happens around this zone here. Where's your potential TP on the gold long? I mean, it's hard to say at the moment, but keep in mind we had that massive expansion to the downside. You know, we took out these lows, we took out that sell side here, all taken out. Of course, a retest of this would be amazing, right? Back to like the 1920. 1919, 1920, if that's the case here. But there is no, not a single confirmation right now that we're gonna just move there.
See, someone's asking a question. At what point can you quit your job to concentrate fully on trading? So my personal belief, right, is that you can use trading as a step up towards bigger projects if you want to, like real estate and investments. And I would say that having always a side hustle if you're trading is the best thing you could do, because it will help you with your psychology as well. If you have a different source of income, it doesn't have to be a lot, but it has to be something, right? So I would say fully quit your job is something you can work towards, if that's your goal, right? But it doesn't have to be like that. Because when we're looking at the charts as well, me, Lorenzo, and everyone, right? We can see that you don't have to take 24 hours of a day looking at the charts. Sometimes you're done within an hour. So you can put those other hours into working a side hustle, making some other money, right? So that's my personal opinion. What do you think about it, Lorenzo?
Yeah, I agree. Completely agree, bro. Lorenzo, have you ever done a 20 pip challenge, $20 to 50K? No, I'm more of that guy that right now is just, you know, trying to get his 5 to 10% a month. That's the guy I am right now. Consistently growing my account, compounding what I have, investing what I do, or invest my partial profits into other projects or sources, whatever the case may be. Challenges, not really at the moment. No. I like to use like risk management tools here. I lost like what, 70 grand in one trade before, with not using risk management. So proper risk management. So I'm trying to to stick to my rules and not get distracted too. Can it work? It can work. Is the chance small? Yeah, the chance is very small.
I love it. I see Time to Eat Trading says, for sure, man, send me a message. Great stream. Let's hit the 1K likes. You heard the man, guys. Let's hit the 1K likes. Drop a like. Support us.
That's it, fam.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
I see someone is asking questions. Are you guys leaving positions open before the CPI? What do you think, Lorenzo? Is that a smart decision? I would say if you're on break even and you're in profit, so you took some partials, it's gonna be your own choice to leave a position running, of course. But just be really careful. There can be a high volatility coming in when the CPI hits.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, I think that indeed we're going to see a lot more consolidation right now here. That's why I'm looking at the Nasdaq. Nasdaq is not holding that strong right now. You see that we took out the previous highs. These were people shorted early. At the same time, it is also the value area low, right? So we know that already, that this is actually a perfect point of interest as well. But I definitely see it coming up a little bit more and start consolidating around there, a little bit higher. But hey, let's see. Lorenzo, do you believe Andrew Tate? I mean, in what, in which question? Like, what particularly are you talking about? Australian dollar, US dollar, fam, it's the same scenario. I mean, we're probably will be ranging for a while. So I'm just keeping it open. I'm placing my stop loss, you know, above these highs here. I do believe that at some point we're gonna go for this sell side right here. Don't want to place a very tight stop loss here in these choppy market conditions right now. Want to keep it up like this, and just see how this plays out. Same as gold, right? For the people that just entered the stream, I think it's an important one to mention right there, that the moment we got here, we started to break out right there, right? We had that expansion. So for the new people, we were talking about that particular move.
You know, some of that buy side here right
One
now.
more time.
You create a little construction where you actually, you know, break out. You retest, of course, this high that created that low. You get rejected. You create weakness on that high here, or you maybe even take it out. Again, you know, looking for the manipulation, you take it out and you start looking weaker. And then from there on, you start really breaking down. And that's the moment where you start coming down quite aggressively towards the downside here. So I would love to see.
Okay, that has happened right there. We did take out these highs after we manipulated these lows right now. So now it's time for gold to start here consolidating for the next move. The question is, when will that happen? I mean, tomorrow's the CPI, so we're gonna see something interesting tomorrow. I'm gonna pay very close attention to how we build London and how we can anticipate on also the dollar by looking at that potential pullback towards the Sunday open and see if we can make a reaction or a move from there. Overall, I'm still bearish on the higher time frame, that's for sure. So let's find out. If we're looking for an expansion, yes, amazing, a short-term pullback, but that's definitely not happening today anymore, I think. Continuation, who knows, who knows. Nasdaq is coming down here. All right, we're gonna give it like, what, 10 more minutes, I guess. Australian dollar is still there, yeah, since we opened it right here. Yeah, what can I say? We have to be patient, fam. Okay, I hope you guys liked the stream today. Great energy. Hope you love the analysis overall from all the pairs that we have done today. The Nasdaq, GJ, gold, Australian dollar against US dollar. Of course, you know why we're looking at this trade. That's exactly the reason why we took that gold trade, is because we were looking at Australian dollars very similar, very similar. Only difference is that the Australian dollar in that range here is a range where I feel like we might be holding this range. We might be respecting this range for now until we have taken out the lows here, to then come back up for another test towards that range, towards that initial level right there. But for now, I do believe that yeah, we just have to be patient. We will find out soon here. We're gonna potentially see one more breakout. Why? Because of the hourly closure. And I'm talking about the hourly closure after the the New York Stock Exchange open. So an hour after the open right here. There we go, Nasdaq. Value area low, rejection. After taking out the highs. That's weaker structure right there. We can also quickly look one more time at the VIX. Okay, the VIX indeed did that. All right, the VIX indeed came back down towards that second level. And now is reacting from that zone. So it took out the highs. Is now kind of reacting from that zone here. And that's what you want to see. You want to see that W formation and then this break right there. Why that break? This is where you had the support, which is now turned into resistance. So on the 5 minute, that's that range. You broke down. If you come back into that range and you start coming up, that's the moment for the Nasdaq to sell off here. The Nasdaq consolidated, it expanded, it retraced now back to the value area low, and now it's coming down here. So it took out the highs and now it's coming down. Where are we going to find entries? Well, let's see if the volume is still there after this hourly or after this 30-minute closure. But we have to take this to the lower time frame. And wait to see if we can either break these lows here. That's one layer. Putting our stop loss above target to Sunday open. Go for the sell side liquidity was built up here at the 5 minute. Look at this. This is not looking like it's taken out here. This seems like a range where there are a lot of orders left behind below here. So this could be still a clear target. And that's what I'm talking about. So VIX is breaking above. Okay, let's see what the 30-minute does. If the 30-minute closes above here, we might have something interesting here. Lorenzo says, hope you know the Nasdaq is in a current uptrend on all time frames. Yes. But yeah, just come back into the charts a little bit. Because if you look on the weekly, look at where we're at. Look at that initial reaction. Look what happened after that initial reaction. This is the weekly. This was the high. This was the low. This is so far a lower high. This is where we have seen a major move to the downside. This is where we are now below that previous internal high. I don't call this an internal high. I call this just a high of a range. We came back to that range, got rejected in that range. Taking to the 15-minute of that range, we have a smaller range. We came down. We come up to that smaller range. We get rejected from that smaller range. Now we're going to go for that sell side liquidity back towards the Sunday open. Could be an interesting one if you see the confirmation from the VIX. So I agree with you that we are bullish, but yet look at where we're at on the weekly. Let's see what the 30-minute does here. So we did manipulate the highs. Stop losses were taken. We tapped into the value area low. And we are coming down quite aggressively here. This closure will help us a lot. Lorenzo, can you explain why you're bearish on the Australian dollar US dollar? Yeah, so we have this range, okay? This whole range right here, this big range. We eventually created the top of that range right here. That top created that expansion, that retracement, that continuation. But while we're coming back to retest this range, because ranges are sometimes getting retested again, it happens actually a lot. You go from range to range, and in the middle you have these gaps. We were looking at this range right here that was being built. But the way this range is built, it's not like it's built in a way where you would say that you create a range, you come down to take out all that liquidity, you start creating a double bottom formation, and you come up. And then you tap, for example, into a bigger area of demand right here, right? What happened was we didn't leave, or we didn't take out any lows before. Whenever you then come up to that range, you get rejected there at that previous range like we were talking about. And now we're starting to break internal structures. Usually for me, it's a very bearish signal that we come down at some point to take out these lows here. Is it a 100% chance? No. We're working with probabilities, but these are for me literally A+ setups I'm looking forward to. So it's just a patience game. And the reason why my stop loss is this high, because the risk to reward is still there. I'm happy with it. I'm fine with it. I will make my money. And it removes a lot of, noise and choppiness out of my trade itself. Make sure that I will not get stopped out or wicked in or whatever, which can happen a lot. Because I've seen many times where the analysis played out perfect, but the stop loss was too tight and you get stopped out. While then after that, the analysis still goes in that direction here.
Closure in 30 seconds on the 15-minute and 30-minute candle on Nasdaq.
30 seconds left. Car culture, my man. How are you doing, man? How's everything right now? Hope you're doing well. Let's support our man here. He had some problems in his life right now. He had he just came back from chemotherapy. So wish him some luck throughout this journey. And we have a closure here. Okay. VIX closed right below that high. Wait for pullback. I definitely want to see top wick here. But yeah, we're coming down here with the Nasdaq right now. Earlier than I expected more consolidation before breakthrough moment. But no, it did what it had to do here. Carl just says, thank you, Lorenzo. Don't worry, guys. I'm going to kick cancer's ass. I respect that, man.
We're here for you, brother.
We're here for you, man. You're here in our community for a long time already. Like, I really appreciate you and all the effort and you put into trading. Oh, you deserve the best, man. So we're always here. Okay, after the 30-minute closure, we see that the expansion. Yeah, volume is coming down right now, huh? Volume is drying up a little bit.
Yeah, it's slowing down a little bit.
Dollar is coming up while gold is coming up here. So be careful with gold right now. If you break out here and we still make a nice move and we hold, yeah, we have something interesting.
Take a look at the GU on the hourly for a second. See that we had that massive expansion during the London, and then it ended up being a consolidation probably for tomorrow's CPI. It's actually really interesting to see. If you look at the hourly on GU, it's quite insane.
GU is at the Sunday Open. You see that?
Yeah, it's not moving.
You see how we're not moving at all?
Yeah.
Right at the Sunday
Yeah.
open. Very interesting. Yeah, interesting, bro. Gold is suddenly going for it. I wonder when what's driving gold up right here. Treasuries are up. Dollars not doing that much right now. Okay, let's see. Okay, shows a range. This is a nice clean range. Let's break this high first. $19.11. $19.10. You need to break out of that range first. Strong. This is not a confirmation. All right, now we're getting somewhere. Breaking that high. Yeah, we need for sure that hourly closure. That hourly closure, that pullback. If you can then create a bottom wick right into the 1911 and then reverse flip that candle, then you have a really nice potential trade for continuation towards the 1919. Interesting to see where the volume is coming from here. Maybe because the dollar is coming down a little bit, but it's nothing spectacular. Not the money, Gua Kalinzi. Hello, sir. I'm new on your channel. I've subscribed, liked, and clicked on notification. But what else should I do? Join our Discord, brother. Join our Discord. Links in the description. Okay. We're gonna close the stream shortly. We have a 4-hour stream. We're gonna see how this one is already coming down. So we have the 15-minute. Let's see how this one closes. We can wait for the 15-minute here to close. Gold can hit 1880. Yes, I'm bearish on gold for sure on the higher time frame. If you guys want to watch this video, it's a it talks practically about everything in regards to gold here. You can watch it in the mental charts right here. Okay, join our Discord, you can watch it right there. Our previous trade was also posted in there as well, or our current trade. But my stop loss is a little bit higher because the volume was not there. But yeah.
Lorenzo, have a look for me at a USD CAD on the hourly. As you can see right now, we're actually in a breaker block. We have that triangle pattern that took out liquidity to the downside, and we do have liquidity to the upside resting as well. This would align with the the odd US dollar trade that we're in right now. If we're looking at it, you can see that they took liquidity heavily to the downside, and we still have left liquidity to the upside.
Yeah, this is the value area high of this range. As you can see right here, that aligns indeed with what you with the breaker block. But I'm actually liking the value area high here. Yeah, you have a lot of stuff here. You have a lot of sell side built up here. This is a CPI thing, bro. I'm telling you, this is gonna be CPI thing. Same for the Australian dollar, US dollar. I think all that liquidity that's currently built right now, it's the typical CPI build up, in my opinion. So I would not be surprised, bro, if you would come down a little bit lower still towards. And we have this small range indeed, like you said. Also, this area of the month right there, like a small base formed after that expansion. So you had this range, you had that expansion, and you started trending upwards from there. Eventually, you broke, of course, that trend line. Most simple trade ever, but the only thing is that it went super fast, so it was very hard to catch it if you didn't enter before. We still have a gap below at 135.3 right there, and yeah, and that range below that has never been retested either. I would not be surprised if you would do this and then make that move, but you never know, bro. If you make this move earlier, then yeah, the first confirmation could be the break of this area of support here, something like that. This low, and then just a breakout. But it's an interesting one. I'll definitely keep it up on the charts here. Yeah, dollar is just holding. It's not really coming down either. It's just holding up. We have of course this range right there, which is important as well because this is now providing a lot of stability for the dollar. If you really start breaking below this range, yeah, then you can start thinking about retesting that wick below, coming back to that lower range right there and balancing out. But yeah, we're so far still holding above it, and we still have that gap here. So for gold, we still have the hourly closure. I think I'm not gonna wait for this trade right now to happen unless we are potentially still live in Discord. We can cover it right there. And see how we close this hourly candle. Yeah, let's do this. Let's do this. I think that makes the most sense right here. Are you going to hold the Australian dollar US dollar trade? Yes. You're going to hold it. You know the stop loss right here. If you guys want to join us, we could be heading in towards the lounge shortly. You guys can join us by clicking on the link. Join our community right here if you want to. Otherwise, I'm going to see you tomorrow during the CPI for sure. I had something up, but I'm going to be here. We're going to trade the CPI, man. I'm excited for it.
Yes, yes.
Who's excited for the CPI tomorrow? Press the W in the chat right here. I hope you guys are liking the analysis lately. We're stepping our game up once again here, making sure providing you with the best possible scenarios. The Nasdaq indeed did what it had to do here, but yeah, very interesting how the market is moving. I'm really looking forward to tomorrow. Big news, big moves, and yeah, you see already that multiple pairs right now are setting up for the CPI. How do you know? You tend to see a lot of liquidity building here. Before a move like that. Doesn't mean we're going to take it out. It does not mean that you're going to directly come up and that's it. No. But it can mean that you come down and you start coming up after or something in that manner. It's very hard to predict the outcome of news, especially the CPI here. My overall impression of the news one more time, I think this is the last thing I want to cover, is that fact that tomorrow, when a CPI comes out, to the expectation is gonna be 3.6% core. No, not core. Year over year, 3.6%. So that's 0.4% higher than the previous month of July. If that's the case, and it will come out at 3.6 or higher, then you know what they're gonna say? They're gonna say, yes, we have to increase the interest rates again. This is gonna shock the market. This is not gonna be good for the stock market. Not gonna be good for gold potentially. And this is gonna be good for the dollar. I lead more in towards bullish momentum for the dollar, continuation for the dollar. So far on the daily, it still makes sense for the dollar. If you look at the dollar here on the daily, you still see that the only thing that we have done here is just retesting this high. Coming up, coming down, retesting this high, and that's it. The previous day has no topic either. So yeah, on the medium and lower time frame we have a pullback, but on the daily we are still just breaking out and retesting this particular high right here. We have not tested this particular candle structure right there, which is still a gap. So there's still a gap in between. You know, who knows what's going to happen when the inflation data comes out? Maybe this will push dollar down and up, or whatever the case may be, but we'll see tomorrow. All right, fam. Thank you guys. Hope you guys see you in Discord. If not, then I hope to see you tomorrow at 7. We're going to be here regardless as well. And we also have our private group right now. I'm going to love questions lately about the V3 again, where Thomas trades during the London. He had a beautiful winning trade today as well during London session. So if you want to trade with us all day long, you can, because Thomas is trading London. We are trading New York. All right. I have my Signal channel as well, posting in my trades on a day-to-day basis, and we have tons and tons of educational events. It costs you $97, man. Come on. All right. Hope to see you then. Peace out, fam. And I'll see you tomorrow. CPI. Let's go.